most elusive for President Trump. And he's describing himself as a little bit disappointed that Ukrainian President Zelensky has yet to review the revised U.S. brokered peace proposal.
His people love it, but he hasn't. Russia's fine with it. Russia, I guess, would rather have the whole country when you think of it. But Russia is, I believe, fine with it. But I'm not sure that Zelensky's fine with it. His people love it. But he hasn't read it.
That was as of last night. Today, Zelensky's in London for talks with British, German, and French allies. He says the discussions focus on security, air defense, and long-term funding. Russian forces continue attacking Ukraine with drone and missile strikes, killing at least 4 people on Sunday. Russian air defenses destroyed 67 Ukrainian drones overnight. We don't know if any Ukrainian drones managed to hit their intended targets. There's an escalation of the conflict between the White House and the mainstream media.
President Trump has long derided news coverage he doesn't like as fake news, and he's filed multiple lawsuits against news organizations. Now his staff has established a hall of shame for journalists it finds guilty of media bias, and it's calling on everyday Americans to participate with their own examples of where they consider journalists to be unfair. The White House launched a web portal to spotlight bias and already flagged the Boston Globe, CBS News, and The Independent. Greg Clugston, Washington.
Gas prices are down 8 cents a gallon in the past couple of weeks. Trilby Lundberg puts a national average for a gallon of regular at $3.08. Wall Street, Dow futures down 3 points. NASDAQ futures up 70. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Just how good is Pure Talk's current deal for unlimited wireless? Well, you might say it's the deal of your lifetime. Because right now, for just $29.95 a month, Pure Talk is offering unlimited talk, text, and data for life. Not your phone's life, your life. This is Pure Talk's top-tier plan. It comes with a crazy fast 5G network along with a 30-gig hotspot. And at just $29.95 a month, there has never been a better opportunity to lock in a ridiculously low rate for as long as you live. And save thousands and thousands of dollars along the way. This plan is normally $65 a month, but if you switch today, you will save over 50% every single month for the rest of your life. See what I mean? It really is the deal of your lifetime. Dial pound 250, say micro. Offer ends 12/14. Some restrictions apply. Details at puretalk.com.
2 neighbors in Southeast Asia, Thailand and Cambodia, are squabbling once again.
Thai jets carried out airstrikes on Monday as renewed fighting along its disputed border with Cambodia shattered a fragile ceasefire. Both sides reported fatalities from clashes that began Sunday and continued into Monday. Both sides are blaming the other for starting it. More than 35,000 people have fled threatened areas, according to the Thai Ministry of Defense, while Cambodia's Minister of Information says residents of several border villages have been evacuated. It's an unwelcome return to conflict that saw 5 days of combat in July. Dozens of soldiers and civilians were killed amid soaring nationalist sentiment. U.S. President Donald Trump pushed the neighbors to sign a truce in October, but tensions have continued to simmer.
And that's correspondent Jerry Harmer. News and analysis, townhall.com. A former National League MVP and 5-time All-Star is headed to Cooperstown.
Jeff Kent has been elected to baseball's Hall of Fame by the Contemporary Era Committee.
It's a true honor.
Steroid-tainted stars Barry Bonds and Roger Clemens were among 7 players who fell short once again. Kent appeared on 14 of 16 ballots. The 5-time All-Star won the NL MVP award with San Francisco in 2000. Carlos Delgado received 9 votes, followed by Don Mattingly and Dale Murphy with 6 each. Bonds, Clemens, Gary Sheffield, and Fernando Valenzuela each received fewer than 5 votes. Kent will be inducted at the Hall in Cooperstown on July 26th. I'm Gethin Coolbaugh.
It was a star-studded night at the Kennedy Center. President Trump presiding over last night's gala. Group of pop culture icons celebrated at the annual Kennedy Center Honors, recognized for their influence on American culture and the arts. More on these stories, townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The demolition, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
Yeah, well. It is, but you know what? It's a different kind of Monday. It's one day closer to holiday vacation for the kiddos, for your missus, and so I think that the magic is kind of in the air now. Had the am I not? Am I, oh,
just Sean, you got me.
I'm
there?
on 5.
Okay, I don't know what happened there, but here I am. Sorry about that.
I was just saying.
Apparently, my audio is not coming in. So, good morning, everybody.
Yes.
Welcome to the show.
Now that we've done the tree and had the parade, I feel like the magic is in the air now. The holiday season has officially begun.
Yes, we had, of course, light parade in the main street with the Christmas here downtown and Santa hanging out and of course, it looked beautiful coming into work this morning with the tree lit on the courthouse lawn now and everything else. So, yeah, it looks all Christmassy here in downtown. Looks beautiful. So,
yeah,
it's not as like come now. It's daytime, but wait till you come in. Yeah, wait till it gets dark, then it'll come out tonight.
Wait till about 4:30 when it gets dark.
Yeah, right.
Man, we got together for dinner last night. My friends and I. And, we were kind of outside just enjoying the nice weather. The sun was still, was hanging low, but it was still there. And then the second that sun went away, that temperature dropped like 25 degrees.
Yeah.
Boom. We were just like, we have to get inside now.
Yeah, it's kind of true desert-like, warmer in the day, and as soon as that sun goes down, boop.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one thing I love about living out here compared to growing up Maryland, East Coast, where I grew up at, because it really, like in the summers, at night, it's not that much.
No.
That much, relief.
It's just not
because of the humidity and everything. Yeah, you don't have the sun beating, but it's still muggy, and usually the bugs start coming out at night, so it gets even buggier. And to be honest, you get under a tree during the day, and it's not really, that refreshing because it's just so muggy. Usually, I do appreciate the dry heat that is
right. Yeah,
it is the West or
when
the desert.
People say
anyway.
At least it's a dry heat, they're not just whistling Dixie, because doggone it, that is a difference maker.
Yeah. Now that being said, I ain't down with the 110, 100, whatever the nonsense we get.
Because an oven's a dry heat too.
But it is nice. Done. You go out at night and sit on your porch or whatever, and you're like, hey, this is comfortable.
I'm not gonna die right now.
I'm gonna sit out here and spend time. Read a book or something.
Porch tea.
Yeah. I'm surprised more people. I know we talked about this a couple months ago, but living in New Mexico, there should be like sun tea on every.
One would think it's not nearly. I had to actually explain to somebody what sun tea was the other day.
I guess no one does sun tea anymore. Maybe that's what it is. Like back growing up.
It's still a big thing, back in Oklahoma.
Yeah. I mean, I would say even like in Maryland, I'd say 1 out of every 5 porches had a sun tea jug sitting on it somewhere, or it was at some point, on a regular basis.
Right.
So, yeah, I guess people just don't, since everything's a push button and a Keurig and a K-cup, everybody just kind of, that's how they make things now.
Yeah, modern life has taken away some of those those traditions.
Pretty soon you just be Captain Picard and it going Earl Grey hot, and some computer will squirt it out for you.
If they could figure out a way to make tea as good as Sun tea come out of a K-cup, I would bite. But there's a marked difference when you brew your tea in sunlight.
Now, I'm not like uber nerd on stuff, but I'm nerd enough to know that, you watch all the Star Trek stuff and they replicate the food and all that. Mm-hmm. But I'm nerd enough to watch enough episodes to know, like, whatever food they get it doesn't taste actually like the real food. Because every couple episodes, they'll go to some foreign planet and have steak and like, this is real beef.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing is you laugh, but I was watching a thing about how they're 3D printing steaks now.
Right.
And you can 3D print like a full, meal essentially. And they said, yeah, it replicates the flavor almost completely, but it doesn't. They put it side by side to a steak, and they said there's no contest.
Oh, I'm sure that you eat enough of that, and you're going to have 3 tails and everything else here in 10 years or whatever, or something.
But we're going to find uses for all of them. That's the key. One's to keep the flies away.
See, the glowing one now you can see in the dark.
That's right. This one, LED.
How handy.
Just got to swap out the battery. There we go.
Don't worry, you're growing gills. That'll be handy too.
That's just convenient. Think about all the underwater activities we're missing out on because we don't have gills.
Right, yeah. I always wanted to be Kevin Costner in Waterworld. Now I am.
Now, I'm going to get the chance.
Oh, man. Speaking of which, I'm kind of curious. I saw a commercial, and I think I want to check this out.
Okay.
I don't remember what channel it's going to be on, but Kevin Costner's hosting some, like, the story of Jesus' birth. It's a movie or something and I can't remember what channel it was on, but
Kevin Costner?
He's hosting. I don't think he's in it, but I think he's like, I don't know, hosting the share. Oh, I saw a commercial like a week ago, and I was like, that was interesting. And
Kevin Costner is hosting and presenting a new Christmas special called Kevin Costner Presents the First Christmas, airing on ABC December 9th, so tomorrow.
Oh.
Streaming on Hulu and Disney Plus, he offers a cinematic, humanized retelling of Jesus' birth, focusing on Mary and Joseph's journey and the historical context, aiming to bring fresh perspective to the well-known nativity story.
There it is. That's what I saw a commercial for, so I might
I'd
poke
be
ahead
intrigued.
on that.
I don't think they're going to give us any new information.
Story spoiler, you know what happens at the end.
Pretty sure we've dug everything we can dig out of that story. But
I'm just curious to see how it's presented.
Right, right.
It's kind of, is this going to be a new Christmas tradition? Like, is this going to be the next generation's It's a Wonderful Life, or is it, a one and done kind of deal? Kind of like the Star Wars Christmas.
I got a little scratch of the holiday itch over the weekend because there are certain, and again, I know how odd and probably telling about who I am as a person it is that most of my memories and most of my traditions have to do with TV. But I watched a compilation of holiday and Christmas commercials that like I grew up with, and those kinds of things are what really gets me into the spirit of the season and all that. So like the Norelco razor commercial, obviously, the many weird, very weird McDonald's commercials that were Christmas themed. You don't realize until it's snow. There's like snow on the ground, but Ronald McDonald was creepy. Like, dude would just like pop up out of nowhere and like make snowmen with kids. There are no parents anywhere around. Just a random clown in the woods.
Would this bit of, because Willard Scott was Ronald McDonald.
Yeah, no, this is well after that.
Okay, I didn't know.
When Willard Scott was Ronald McDonald, he had a cup for a nose. It was back when they were like, when the concept.
Okay, I didn't know how old the commercials you went back.
I think he was only. I think he was only Ronald for like 1 year, maybe 2.
Okay,
and then they moved on and found the guy that was their Ronald.
Well, Willard went on to do bigger and better things. I think, so.
Well, and then there was like, I think right around like the 90s, they realized, there's something to this, and they started the Clown College wing of Hamburger University to train up a fleet of Ronalds.
There you go.
Which I don't think that a more terrifying sentence has ever been said.
Well, I'm one of those people that I look at clowns in the horror vein instead of the joy vein.
No, 100%.
I'm kind of that, I just, You know, it just
we talked about it literally last week, but the tears of a clown, you know, it's because clowns are generally the most disturbed people on the planet.
Well, and I grew up in the time with HR puffin stuff, which creeped me out. Hindsight, you know, in the 70s.
Not nearly enough hallucinogens.
Well, yeah, the LSD clown, just creepiness of the HR puffin stuff and all that stuff, and it was was it Sidney Cross?
Sid and Marty Krofft.
Sid and Marty Krofft. That was all their stuff, you know. Land of the Lost and all that weird stuff. But so yeah, clowns freak me. And I grew up in Bozo the Clown, and you know, do you remember Bozo the Clown?
Well,
like the TV
really
show and all that?
The one that I watched a little of, the tail end of, was Howdy Doody.
Okay.
And then like I'd seen a couple of
episodes. That was more about a puppet. I mean, he was the wooden.
Yeah, that's true. But I'd seen a couple of those in like, you know, reruns and on like,
which he's in the Smithsonian. Howdy Doody is, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I don't know where I don't know if he's still like on display in the. But last time I went to American History Museum, it's been a minute. He was in the display with Archie Bunker's chairs, and then there was Howdy Doody in there, and then one point Dorothy Slippers, but they went on tour or something, so they were out of there. But yeah, there's a section in the American History Museum that was focused on television film. I think. Muhammad Ali's boxing gloves were somewhere near that area. Archie Bunker's chair, and I think Edith's as well, but don't quote me on that. If you remember...
the Ottoman from the Dick Van Dyke Show?
I don't know, maybe. Do you remember Romper Room?
I don't personally, but
there was a bee, a big bee in Romper Room, and the face of the bee was in there.
Okay.
Yeah, it was some stuff. All stuff I remember from my childhood.
My time... as far as like kids, creepy kid stuff goes, is Lamb Chops Play Along. That was like the companion to my childhood for the most part.
Well, yeah, Lamb Chops pretty popular in the 80s, and the sock.
Yeah.
You know, sock puppet.
That was my my introduction into that realm. But yeah, but
how do we go from sock puppets to fake beef?
But you went it's beef to lamb. Yeah. But yeah, no, you grew up in an era where there was nothing for kids, and the stuff that was for kids wasn't made with kids in mind, really. It's like what grown-ups think kids are into. Grown-ups on a lot of really heavy drugs think kids are into.
Well, we had a lot of those shows. I mean, we had the kid shows. I mean, like I said, Romper Room, and like I remember Captain 20 was more of a local thing, but there was a lot of... It was just, most of their cartoons were, you know, from... the 60s, you know, Tom and Jerry and your Looney Tunes, which date back even farther. Yeah.
It always freaks me out when I find out how early those Looney Tunes actually got made.
I actually grew up in the age where they started making content for kids in the afternoons, where they would block out, like cartoons were always on TV at like 3 in the afternoon till 5 in the afternoon.
Right.
Like now you watch and it's whatever talk shows are on. But back when I was in the day, it was the G.I. Joes, the all those 80s Transformers cartoons and all that. So.
They've got action figures to sell, doggone it.
Exactly. Once Reagan lifted that little deal about, you know, because they put that in the 70s, I think, or 60s, where you couldn't make cartoons solely to sell toys, and he kind of tweaked it a bit, and it was like, well, you know, no, we make really good cartoons that sell toys also. But they were making in the 50s like cartoons to get you to buy cigarettes and whatnot.
Oh yeah,
and so they were saying we better clamp this down a little bit. So
I'll never forget that clip. How about we take a Winston break? It's like, what? Hey, Fred.
That's right. So they had to fix all that. All right, we better get the show going.
We should.
We got a full slate for you. Matt Bristol going to join us from Bristol Law here in just a few minutes. He joins us once a month and talks just legal advice and, you know, for everything from business to family to everything else. We'll have another great conversation there. We're going to replay our interview with Larry Martin from the Midday Lions. He joined us last week. This weekend and next weekend is the Lions carriage rides out to look at the Christmas lights, Friday and Saturday and Sunday. And this year they've added the Romantic Saturday carriage, where Saturday at 8 o'clock, this Saturday and next Saturday, that for $50 they have a carriage ride for two that includes, I believe, some gift certificates to local eating establishments.
There's a guy on the back playing an accordion.
I don't know about that. But
if you hire a guy with an accordion.
Yeah. But a romantic carriage ride to go see the Christmas lights. Now they have for $10 a person, the traditional family one too. But from 8 o'clock this Saturday and next Saturday, they have a special one trip for romance. And you can go, but we'll play that interview and you can learn more about that next hour. And then in the 9 o'clock hour, we're going to play our interview we had with the American Legion Post 61 folks. Wreaths Across America, they exceeded their goal this year thanks to some donators. But coming up here in like this weekend, I believe, we're going to be dispersing the wreaths and all that stuff. So we talk about in there. So that's where we're going to play all that. So, and then we'll do all the newses and sportses and all the other ises that we do each day and whatever else we can come up with. All right, 7:20. Here is your weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. We have high pressure parked overhead, and that'll hang around for most of the week, so we're in pretty good shape. Mid-60s and sunshine today. Overnight looks clear, lows in the upper 20s to about 30, and then we get a little boost on the daytime highs on Tuesday. Lots of sun, and we'll be hitting the low 70s, right around 70 and sunny again on Wednesday and Thursday. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Good morning. This is Smiley Wooten at the Roswell Livestock Auction. A good December run this week with a nice selection of all classes of cattle, especially high-quality native calves, light yearlings with high percentage weaned and shots. We expect to sell 1,000 head, breaking down like this. 100, 125 weigh cows and bulls, 50, 75 pairs bred cows, 800, 850 calves and yearlings. Today's sale will include 25 bred cows, excellent quality black white face, red white face English crosses, cows bred to Angus bulls, cows 2 to 7 years old, 25 bred cows, excellent quality black and black white face, red and white-faced cows bred to Angus and Hereford bulls, 7 to 10 years old. 61 light yearlings, Mr. Nathaniel Inge, Balmoral, Texas. Quality 90% black white-faced Angus crosses. Cattle weaned 60 to 100 days. 3 rounds of shots, 550, 700 pounds. 34 calves and light yearlings. Homestead Land and Cattle Company, Andrews, Texas. Quality red Angus cattle weaned. 2 rounds of shots, 500, 650 pounds. 50 calves and light yearlings. The Nielsen Ranch, St. John's, Arizona. Quality black white-faced Angus crossbreds. Cattle weaned 40 days. 1 round of shots, thin condition. 300, 650 pounds. 35 calves, Mr. Aaron Kidd at Carlsbad. Excellent quality black white-faced Angus crossbred calves. Cattle weaned 45 days, 1 round of shots, 350, 500 pounds. 32 calves, Mr. David Dean, Alpine, Texas. Excellent quality black Angus calves. Cattle weaned 40 to 60 days, 2 round of shots, medium condition, 350, 500 pounds. 30 calves, the Mobley Ranch at Carlsbad. Excellent quality Charolais crossbred calves, medium condition, shots, 400, 600 pounds. 37 steer calves, Red Mule Cattle Company, Albuquerque, New Mexico. Excellent quality black Angus calves, shots at Brandon, 500, 650 pounds. 20 light yearlings, Mr. David Post, Jowl, New Mexico. Excellent quality black Angus, 1 round of shots, 500, 700 pounds. And 22 calves and light yearlings, the McCaslin Ranch down at Eunice. Excellent quality black Brangus and Charolais crossbreds, 1 round of shots, medium condition, 500, 700 pounds. Sale time this morning will be at 9 o'clock. Sale pairs bred cows 9:45. Calves and yearlings near 10 a.m. Pretty light on weigh cows and bulls. Be on bred cows, calves, and yearlings pretty quick. We expect to we will sell next Monday, the 15th. Miss the sale of the 22nd and the 29th. Be back selling January the 5th. 2026. We expect to sell 1,000 head here today. This is Smiley Wooten, Roswell Livestock Auction.
Injury, surgery, or illness can set you back, but you don't have to recover alone. At Artesia General Hospital, our rehabilitation services team provides physical, occupational, and speech therapy to help you regain strength, mobility, and confidence. Take the next step toward recovery. Call 575-736-8174 today to schedule an appointment and get back to living life to the fullest.
Looking to start, continue, or complete your higher education journey? Join the more than 6,000 fellow Greyhounds on their journey to student success. Eastern New Mexico University offers the most affordable higher education degree in the Southwest, and New Mexico residents can go to school tuition-free with the New Mexico Opportunity Scholarship. With online or in-person degrees, ENMU is the right choice for you. For more information, visit enmu.edu. ENMU, student success. That's what we're about.
When you or a loved one need medical transport, Trans-Aero answers the call. Trans-Aero Medevac operates 3 rotorcraft bases and 1 fixed-wing base in southeastern New Mexico, allowing them to respond quickly to emergencies across diverse terrains. Their fleet extends coverage deep into New Mexico and West Texas, including Artesia, Carlsbad, Roswell, Ruidoso, Midland, Lubbock, and the surrounding areas. Ready to answer the call when every second counts. Trans-Aero Medevac, proudly serving southeastern New Mexico and West Texas. Flown for free, thanks to the partnership from the City of Artesia and Trans-Aero Medevac. Life support by air.
The average American spends 2.5 days a year looking for lost items. We aren't sure how long Europeans and Asians look for lost stuff. We lost the list. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 26 minutes after 7 o'clock, and joining us in the studio this morning from Bristol Law Office, Matt Bristol back with us. Good morning, Matt.
Morning, Mike. How you doing?
Doing well. How's life in your world this morning?
Oh, good. We you were talking about the Midday Lions doing their Christmas carriage ride.
Yeah.
And so, yesterday, Troop 7 helped put out some of the lights around the 2603 North Aspen.
Okay. Getting them ready for next weekend, or this weekend.
This weekend, yeah.
Good
getting ready, yeah.
I know, because I think the Lions sponsor 1 or 2 troops here in town, I believe.
Troop 72.
And so I think you'll see them out this weekend and next, kind of help navigating and getting people to and fro and all that good stuff.
There may be some scouts out there helping. Yeah, I'm not sure, but
by the way, they all meet at the scout headquarters there on Aspen when you go for your carriage ride. So if you know where the scout hut is, that's where you go.
Right, just down the church, down the street from the LDS church.
Yes, exactly. They're on off Country Club.
Off Country Club, yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then Troop 7 had their planning weekend this weekend at Dowling down in Carlsbad.
Oh, very nice.
Planned out the year for advancement and camping and stuff.
Good deal. Excellent. So they got a lot on tap for next year, I'm imagining here. So
yeah, the ladies were excited and talked about getting all their merit badges and stuff, the young girls. So it was exciting.
Do they go? They'd go on a camping trip to do this, or was that like when they go down to Carlsbad for that and camp, and then kind of plan their next year?
Yeah,
while camping.
Yes, Friday and Saturday, and nice facilities. And
good deal.
Went on the boat ride for the Christmas lights.
Oh, okay, Christmas on the Pecos. So
yeah,
that's really neat. Everyone should do that once if you never get a chance to do that.
Yes,
it's pretty well worth the trip down.
Yeah, as is the midday lines.
Oh yeah, going out and seeing the Christmas lights and everything in the carriage rides, and I'm not gonna lie, if the weather's too warm, it's not as cool. You need it to be a little cold. You want the fire barrels, you want the cocoa. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
It's just not the same if you're in a t-shirt. Looking at so I hope for a little. I mean, I don't want it freezing. We don't need -10 or nothing, but enough where you need a coat and you can see your breath. That'd be good.
Yeah, it's a fun little sleigh ride.
But absolutely.
And how was your weekend?
Good. Matter of fact, I'll talk more about it next weekend. But we adopted a cat. We'll get we'll
awesome.
Yeah, we haven't officially adopted her. We'll do that tomorrow. But we it's pretty much a done deal. We just got to fill out the paperwork and go send her to the vet and all that good stuff.
Your first cat?
No. We have one cat now. We had 2 cats. We just lost one of our cats here about a month ago, and so technically for me, this is my 3rd cat. My wife's had cats. So growing up, my father and my brother are allergic to cats, so I never grew up with cats or nothing. And so until I got married, I had cats, and I was always a dog person. Now I like them both. But yeah, so we got a second cat that will be. We're
have a name picked out?
We do. Reba.
Is it a tabby or?
It's called an American tabby, and it's got orange hair. It's kind of an orange color, and so it's
cool.
That's hence the Reba. Kind of a reddish orange colored hair.
There you go.
Yeah,
very classy.
But so we'll get her next week or later this weekend.
Well, congratulations.
Well, thank you. So, of course, for folks that are not familiar, Matt joins us each month, and as a lawyer, he deals with a lot of, this is what pays his bills, so he doesn't want to solve all of your problems right here. But he always each month gives families and business owners just good, safe practicing things to maintain from a legal perspective, your business or your family. We always talk a lot about financial planning with your families, retirements, deaths, what happens when people die and where money goes. We also talk about businesses and how to set up the business and which the right business. And just because one person opens a business as an LLC doesn't mean that's what's good for you. And so we talk about those differences and, when you should have a partnership, when you should have an LLC, when stuff like that. So that's every month. That's the kind of stuff we talk about. So.
Yeah, we talk about a wide variety of things. I hope a wide variety of things, and cover things that maybe appeal to people at certain phases of their life more than other phases, and just we always have a good time talking about stuff.
Absolutely. Well, it's the thing with life, and you hit them at some point, and every once in a while you hit, I'll never, and then there it is. So.
Yeah.
And the older you get, the more you realize how often that happens.
Yeah. So the State Bar of New Mexico requires each attorney to have what's called a succession plan.
Okay.
And it's really not so much succession as how to close the business down.
Okay.
So each attorney is required to have a plan and name another attorney to be contacted in the event the first attorney dies, has a heart attack, stroke.
So is it kind of like similar to probably like doctors or something? Like if a doctor leaves, they got to kind of come up with a plan for where their patients are going to go, kind of thing?
I don't know if they have that plan in place before it happens.
Okay.
The attorney's required to have a written plan.
Gotcha.
Of, this is, Mike Winters is going to be my attorney to come into my office. And there's a trust account. And so you got to return money to clients. You got to shut down any kind of litigation, notify the court, notify the clients, pay final bills, shut down the Facebook page, and passwords. And so each attorney is required to have this written succession plan. And families should consider the same thing.
Sure.
As opposed to, dad goes...
And that mindset, and this is probably something folks our age need to think about a little bit more, is the world's different. And so the things you think you need to include in there, you need to add to that now, especially in the digital world, the world we live in, passwords, access to, especially most people do a lot of their banking. I mean, let's face it. We used to go into the bank every week to deposit checks. I can't remember last time I walked into a bank to do that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? And so, that's the kind of stuff you have to kind of think about now for your family.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. And so I think Christmas is a good time typically because the family's together. And I wouldn't make it a morbid kind of meeting, but like a business meeting, like, J.P. Morgan. So the day they hired Jamie Dimon for J.P. Morgan, the next day they had a succession plan in place. And families just should treat this as a business deal, not as some kind of, daddy's going to die next week kind of thing.
It is a preparedness thing. It's no different than, I'm assuming, like when the families are dealing with a pregnancy and you have the go bag as you're getting in that last trimester because you never know when that moment might happen. Think of it in terms like that. This is that kind of thing. It's you're not going to need it today, but at some point you're going to need it.
Well, what the Doors say, none of us gets out alive.
Exactly. Yeah. That's just and so to have that plan is so important, and because it really. That's what makes these transitions from easy to a nightmare. And when a guy like Matt has to get way involved more than needs to, is because someone didn't have a plan here, basically. Yeah.
Yeah, so it does, it won't take 30, 40 minutes, I don't think, and then, get the business, get her done. But I think it's good to have the talk with everybody present, as opposed to one kid, then another kid, then another kid, because now they're all going to claim they heard different things.
Sure. Absolutely.
So
I do have a question sort of in this vein, and just wondering, because of the online banking world we live in, I imagine in certain instances, maybe the kids already have access to that because maybe they're doing the finances for if it's an older parent or something like that. Obviously upon death and things like that, I mean, there's probably certain things you can and can't do till you get your power of attorneys and death certificates open up, but I'm gotta take a stab. If you already have access to it in the beginning, there's probably certain things you can bypass a little bit on there, or one of the biggest headaches is having access to things, and if you already have access to them, I know there's some legalities on. I imagine once someone dies and you moving money and all that gets into a sticky wicket situation.
But if typically it's when parents are getting older and they're having a little memory issues, and they finally put Kim on the account to help pay bills. Well, once Kim's on the account, that solves a lot of post-death problems because Kim's on the account.
Sure. She's actually authorized to make decisions.
Yeah. So she has access to the money.
So you don't need no kind of special power of attorney to make...
Not at that point.
But that only applies to that account, though, right? That her name's on. No, any other assets, unless her names are on those two, then no.
Correct. That's correct. So if she's on the account, though, she can continue paying the electric bill for the house or the water bill for the house. I want to make sure the insurance for the house is maintained. Also, since her name's on the account, she gets all the money. I mean, she's her.
Technically, it's hers.
Technically, it's her account. Yeah. So it's good for the parents to. So when that happens, that's a good thing.
Of course, if you have multiple siblings, that might start another fight. But that's.
Well, that's why you have the Christmas meeting.
That's why you sit down and have the meeting to avoid all that.
Yeah, of the 5 kids, we're putting 1 kid on the account to pay our bills and stuff. And if you want them to divvy up the money 4 ways or whatever, there may not be enough money to divide 5 ways either.
Absolutely.
Especially after you're paying all those utilities and insurance and stuff.
Yeah, I would imagine at the end, once you, quote unquote, sell off the assets, if there's a house to sell or whatever, if there's any money left over there, and then when you can talk about splitting it 5 ways or whatever, or how many more ways it is. But
so on the house, hopefully mom and dad did a transfer on death deed, so that takes the house out of probate. Just having a will alone doesn't take the real estate out of probate, and real estate always forces probate because there's got to be somebody's got to be authorized to sign a deed over.
Sure.
But if we have a transfer on death deed, that takes the house out of probate. And, you can say, my 5 kids, but if one of them predeceases me, it goes to the grandchildren or not. Sometimes mom and dad pass away, there's still a hefty mortgage on the property. I mean, it's really not, the house is really not considered an asset. There's not much net worth, but that's part of the talk.
Absolutely.
That mom and dad have. We're putting Kim, the oldest child, on the bank account to help us with our bills, and there's not going to be more than $3,000 or $4,000 in there when we die, so don't get greedy.
And I would imagine, too, and this obviously depends on your family and, your relationship with everybody, and their ages, too, also come into play here, where I imagine if you're talking with your family and it's your younger children that are, old enough to understand but not old enough to make legal decisions, then you might want to kind of fill them in on this stuff, but at the same time saying, okay, in the event of this, talk to Uncle so-and-so or Aunt so-and-so, or whoever it is you designate as the person that's kind of handled your power of attorney stuff. Yeah. That way you say, okay, they're going to be the ones that tell you what to do next if I die here tomorrow, or something like that.
And that's a good talk to have with minor children in an age-appropriate way. Something happened to us, then Aunt Susie's going to take care of you guys, and Uncle Bill's going to take care of the money, and, we've planned for you children to be okay if something were to happen to us. And it doesn't need, I don't think, to be any longer than that.
But I would even also say, and this is another sticky wicket and things, but you got, some families are like, I don't know if if I die, they're gonna know what to do with this stuff, even though I explain it to them. So if you do feel that way, then use your trusted financial advisor and just tell your family member, said, look, I've given them the game plan here. Yeah. If in the event of my death, you call this person and they've got the game plan here. Even if it's as simple as that, that's at least something. Let somebody know something. But, I get it. Sometimes you're like, if I die, they're not going to be able to handle all this. This is above their pay grade here a little bit.
Well, that's why the attorney succession plan is required to be in writing.
Mm-hmm.
And so my succession plan says, this is where you can find all of my passwords.
Gotcha.
And please notify the New Mexico State Bar. Please shut down the Facebook page. These are the bank accounts where they're located.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's good for just an ordinary couple, mom and dad, have a written plan for the kids,
Absolutely.
like a will.
Yeah.
Just a written list of instructions of who gets what doesn't always accomplish that.
No, if you have kids, a will is an absolute must.
You want to get a will that says what you want,
mm-hmm.
and tell the kids, oh, by the way, it's in the safe deposit box at Pioneer.
Mm-hmm.
All you kids are on the safe deposit box, so anybody can get in there whenever we pass.
And, of course, the big thing you also do is please note any major changes in your life. You also update that will to reflect that. Anytime you have a major asset or an addition to the family or a subtraction to the family,
mm-hmm.
you need to make those changes there. So,
yeah, and if you're not treating all the children equally
mm-hmm.
for whatever reason, I think that's good to say that in advance, just so the kids know what's going on. So if it's okay, Billy Bob. Actually, you're not going to be in the will because we've helped you your entire life.
Sure.
You got your inheritance.
You got yours on the front end.
You got yours on the front end. So make arrangements, live your life accordingly.
Yeah.
Plan accordingly because you're not getting anything in the will.
Yep.
Or if there's, a special needs child that's going to get most of the money set aside, then let the other children know so they can plan accordingly.
Yep. Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, even the hard decisions you have to, because at the end of the day, this is the stuff that tears up families after a death or something like that, and creates a separation of that family that sometimes never heals. And if you can nip that in the bud before, that's a good thing. Even if you have to have an uncomfortable conversation to do it, or at least get people, you know what I mean? Because I'm not going to say it's not going to start an argument. It might start an argument, but if you can talk about it, heal it out, and get it fixed now versus holding animosity 20 years after your death to each other, that's something we don't want either. So.
Yeah, I mean, by the time I was 30, I realized I wasn't going to get an inheritance from my parents.
Yeah.
For various reasons, and so I lived my life accordingly, made plans accordingly, and at least I was prepared because in my mind I knew what was going to occur.
Sure.
And just give your kids the same opportunity. And the safe deposit box, put in there, information about the car insurance
mm-hmm.
and the house insurance, because if unfortunately most parents don't tell their kids anything. Now, I'm not saying you have to tell them this is the 401k balance,
mm-hmm.
but at least say, by the way, I have a 401k, it's at Fidelity or wherever, and there's a statement in the safe deposit box so you guys can track it down.
Yeah. By the way, that's a good way to test if you don't know how much money your kids have and you're trying to wonder if they start really sniffing the nose. You're like, oh, they need money. They start asking me more questions about that 401k. I'm kidding. But it is a good idea to have that safety deposit box, those things. I mean, it's an off-site, so in the event your house does burn down or something, it's safe. So you've got that peace of mind, too. And I know a lot of us watch movies and things, and people think they store family heirloom jewelry and gold bricks and those things, and most people aren't storing that kind of stuff. I mean, I'm not saying people don't, but most people are storing, paperwork like this, licenses, deeds of the house, wills, things that tell people what happens next if they're no longer here. That's what goes stored in there,
And I've had a lot of people say, well, I've got a fireproof gun safe where I have all that stuff, and that's fine, but those safes are only rated for a certain amount of heat for a certain amount of time, and then everything's going to bake like a cookie.
Not to mention, if you die and you're the only one that knows access has combination of that safe, that's it.
Yep.
Whereas at the safety deposit box at the bank, other people can, if needed to, get into that thing.
Exactly. Because, like you say, if there's a fire and you got that, oh, by the way, it's a fireproof, quote, gun safe.
Yeah.
Well, I bet there's ammo in there that's going to cook off.
Mm-hmm.
And,
if you're putting
fires.
your paperwork in the same thing into that thing, and guess what? You got a big cocktail of hotness inside of that safe when you're done.
That's right.
Yeah. There's a lot of it's just too easy to go rent. It's very cheap to usually rent a safety deposit box
40,
at a bank.
$50?
A year,
a month.
exactly.
Yeah, a year.
So that peace of mind is just worth it. And then you go in there, and that way it's there, it's off-site, and it's, to be honest, as long as the bank's open, you can access it. That's and that's, it's just smart. It's just smart to do that.
And so that's one of the reasons why when usually the women outlive the men, and find dad passes, then mom passes, and you have mom's mail forwarded to you for at least 1 year, because things like safe deposit box rentals only come once a year.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
So have that mail forwarded to you for at least a year.
Now, plus you get to find out all the weird junk mail your loved one got too. I remember when my mom died, and we were getting mail for years, even like 3, 4, 5 years later, and it was just,
that's not uncommon.
Just I was like, oh really? And just junk,
Yeah.
She was a finger hut junkie, so that was something before. That was kind of the internet before the internet for buying crap, kids.
So you just run the envelope, deceased, return to sender, stick it back in the mail. Yeah.
But it's just, you get a lot of gee whiz information years later after that too. Just fun stuff there. A side effect of having the mail forward.
So the safe deposit box info doesn't need to have a 3-ring binder with an index page and tabs. Please don't think that, because then you'll never get around to doing it.
Unless you really are into that kind of thing, then you do that. Some people, they kind of feel better.
Some people are.
Yeah.
But most people will never get around to it.
My wife's one of those people.
And it doesn't require that. You can just throw in, the next time you pay the car insurance, just throw in a copy of what's left, or even the little card that goes in your wallet. Okay, when it expires, throw it in the safe deposit box. It says, Geico and Progressive and the account number. Poof.
Yep.
But if you're like most parents, your kids have no idea who your car insurance is with, who the house insurance is with. Did dad have life insurance? I don't know.
Right.
Who do you have it with? I don't know.
Yeah.
Who do we call next? I don't know.
And so that's why you have a place for all that. So when they go through, like, oh, okay, now we go, and then it makes it so much easier. But like you said, with the Christmas holidays coming up, generally speaking, because that's a time when families all together, that's usually a good time to plan something like this and sit down. And
just sit down, have the talk, in written succession plan for the family would not be a bad thing. Of these are the things to take care of. So if the husband dies, mom's not pulling her hair out and trying to wonder, when do I pay what bill? What do I do with this? What do I do with that? Leave a written instruction sheet so she knows, so she's not just left in the dark.
Yeah, and to be honest, in the world, because I remember like back when I was a kid and everything, it would be like, the father, the head of household, had his office, and then inside the desk there was the login, and you pull out, and there's the will with all the nowadays you can easily put it as a PDF on a phone and be like, all right, we're gonna here's the email, it's sitting in the cloud in there, go to that, and that's where it is, kind of thing. And in today's world, it's much easier and more modern to do all that kind of stuff. But just some kind of plan. You can do it as high tech as you want or as low tech as you want, but at the end of the day, it's just your moment that if you leave the earth tomorrow, what happens with the rest of the family, what goes on next, and make sure those people that you want to know know exactly, just to save a lot of headache and hassle after you're gone. It's such a good idea.
And I'd recommend it on an annual basis. So after the first couple times, it's just probably going to get shorter and shorter.
Sure.
But it's always just a good reminder of, that the box is at this bank, not that bank.
Any changes or...
Any changes.
We switched our insurance to this one now, or whatever it is, yeah.
And here's another copy of the medical power of attorney, because from last year you probably misplaced it. Pass those around, the financial power of attorney if you've got one of those. and kind of just go over things and encourage your adult children to organize their lives also.
And yeah, exactly. That was kind of where I was thinking next here is, as, especially if your children are maybe not yet married and having kids, but they're adults now and doing their own thing, use this opportunity to say, okay, what if you died tomorrow? What's going to happen with your stuff that you have? What do we need? Is it something I need to take care of? Have you thought about that yet? You need to start thinking about that for yourself. Now that you're an adult, you're on your own, you're paying taxes, you have assets now, you need to, you got to come up with a plan. If you left tomorrow, what happens to those things?
Well, it's going to be a horrible situation. The adult child's in a car wreck. And so mom and dad call, the adult child's bank, and they're going to say, well, we can't talk to you.
Yeah, that happens more often than you think. It really, college, you hear that a lot. We call a kid away at college or something, and they're now they can't. Yeah, parents, most of them, you can't call and get your kids' grades and stuff like you could in high school.
Yeah. But then, what about, the child's rent? What about the auto payment?
What happens to all that
and
stuff?
Is the car going to get paid? Where the bank's going to say, we can't talk to you. You're not our customer. Let's say the child's in a car wreck, the adult child's in a car wreck and survives. And you get a phone call, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, your child's in the ER, and mom and dad rush to the ER, and the doctor says, who are you? I says, well, I'm with mommy. And says, well, good luck with that. You have a power of attorney.
Yeah, that's a grown person in there that
HIPAA laws prevent us from talking about another adult's medical care.
You need to think about it. Now, and I will tell you this from my own experience because I was in the military. When you're young and dumb and they're talking about all that stuff in basic training, and sign up for it. Yes, when they for the life insurance, you say yes. For the GI Bill, you say yes. All of that stuff, because I know you're young and dumb and don't think about it. But guess what? You just joined a career field that you really have just basically signed your life away to Uncle Sam. You might want to. I'm not trying to say you're going to die, but a person in the military, depending on your job, is a high-risk job. And so whatever assets, and guess what? Once you're in the military, there's benefits and things. Who do those go to? Where do they go? What do you do with them? And if you're just a single person, you probably don't have family or loved one or kids to disperse those to. So your parents usually get them probably when you're 18 or whatever, but that evolves over time. But when you do, please sign up for that stuff, take it, and then tell your parents. Give them the information on that. Turn that stuff over to them, or vice versa. If you are married and join the military, if you one of those folks who got married at 18 and signed on the dotted line at 19, then make sure they're in the loop on all that stuff.
Yeah, so when the kids go off to college, if they just move out on their own, as soon as they're 18, have them sign a medical POA, because otherwise mom and dad aren't going to have any involvement in that child's medical care, and it's going to be pretty heartbreaking.
Yeah, for your own sanity, parents, you need, because God forbid that thing happens. Like, I hope to God it never does, but if you get in a car accident, next thing you know, you're locked out of this situation that you have not realistically been locked out of your whole life. It's a thing, and it's one thing if they have a spouse and kids, and they kind of have their own, but it's another thing if they're, like you said, 21, 22, fresh out of college, or fresh into adulthood here, and still living wild and free.
That, or even, they're 28 and divorced, but now they're single. At least if they're married, the spouse will have some input as to medical information.
Absolutely.
But once they're single, mom and dad, you need to get that medical POA done.
Absolutely.
Or the medical community calls it a 5 wishes document. So whoever that child's general physician is, call up that office and say, hey, I need a 5 wishes document for my kid.
Okay. Very good. So, again, this is stuff to talk about when you have your family meeting here over the holidays here. So it's just, and if you don't have these plans in place, then maybe we should start getting them. That's the, if you don't have a thing set up, please do that. Because that, in and of itself, these family meetings could be also, because I'm sure your kids might have questions like, you know what? I don't have a plan for that. I need to address that. We're going to work on that and get, what I mean? That this does work both ways. If they've got questions, they might spark something. You know what? I don't have that base covered yet. I'll work on that now.
Yes, and I would recommend you have those forms at the family meeting, and you just shove them across the table and say, "Okay, Timmy, you need to sign this right now."
Yep, absolutely.
or if they're married and with or without kids, by the way, do you have a will, or have you made arrangements so that your estate passes to your spouse without the will, so you can avoid probate? Have we talked about avoiding probate? Children, have we named testamentary guardians for the children? And have you and your spouse thought about this, thought about that?
Yep. It's a lot to think. And that's why we say have these meetings and go. But now that you're a couple weeks out from Christmas and you can kind of put your ducks in an order and maybe, over the holidays here, have that plan started, or at least something moving forward to at least, if you're not there yet, get the family in that direction. So.
Yeah, and I think, for elderly parents, it's hard for the adult children to, well, how do I approach, mom and dad? Have they got the wills ready? Have they, got the powers of attorney done? And it's kind of an awkward way to bring up that subject. So, mom and dad, you're the adults, you're the parents, you need to bring it up.
Sure. Now, don't hesitate if you're the adult parent and thinking, adult child, I guess, and you want those answers, and hit them with it. Don't be afraid to, and say, look, I'm only doing this so it makes lives easier when this happens. I don't want to get in an argument with Cousin Sue or Bobby or whoever it is because we don't know your wishes. So,
yeah.
Hit them that way with it if they kind of aren't forthcoming on wanting to do this stuff. Guilt's a great family tactic. I don't care what anybody says.
That's right.
If it's for the greater good, I recommend you do it.
Yeah. 'Tis the season for guilt.
That's right. Well, we're short on time here, but if we want to, we do have some time for some as our ending with fact trivia stuff.
So we got 1 minute or 2 minutes?
We got about 2-3 here.
So in ancient Greece, there was this king Tantalos.
Okay.
And for whatever reason, he was going to serve human meat at this dinner table, and I forgot what his reasoning was. But in the ancient Greek world, that's a huge, huge taboo. Okay, cannibalism is just this huge taboo.
As it should be.
As it should be. But, in the Roman way of life, they had the Colosseum, which was, killing people for sport. And the Greeks, had a real problem with that. They had a problem with suicide. The Romans thought it was okay. Anyway, so he plans this dinner, and so one of the gods of the god world disguises themselves as human and goes to the dinner and see if this guy is really going to go through with it. And sure enough, has the meat served. And so this god throws off their disguise and says, King Tantalos, this is a huge no-no. You're going to be punished for all eternity, because this is just a hugely bad thing. So his punishment is he was in a lake, but every time he would try to drink water from the lake, the water would recede.
Ah.
So he'd leave the water alone, the water would come back, and then he was very, very thirsty, and he'd reach for the water, and the water would go away. So he's never able to drink because he was thirsty all the time. And there was a fruit tree with this luscious fruit hanging down within reach, but every time he reached for it, the tree would pull the fruit away. So he could never drink the water, he could never eat. And so if something is just so close and so luscious, but we just can't get it, it's called, what word do we use to describe that?
I'm trying to think the word this connects here.
What's the king's name?
Tantalos. Tantalos, okay.
So if it's just so yummy and so close, yet so far away.
Tempting.
Tantalizing.
Okay.
Tantalize.
There it is. I was like, I'm trying to make the connection.
Yeah.
Tantalize.
That's where we get the word tantalize.
Ah, interesting. Very good. I'm assuming didn't end well for that guy. If you can't eat, can't
all
drink.
Eternity enough. He screwed it. So boys and girls, don't be doing bad things.
It is. That's very true. Well, Matt, as always, if I don't see you between now and then, Merry Christmas to you and your family. And we look forward to more great information in 2026 with you.
Look forward to the new year. Thanks so much, Mike.
Thank you, and have a great holiday with your family. And we'll see you. Well, I'll see you before then, but we'll see you on the air in 2026.
Yes.
Here, so. Very good. All right, it is 7:58. I think we can squeak in news before they kick me off the radio. Don't go away.
Now for your Pecos Valley news update, I'm Jared Cerullo. Another edition of Light Up Artesia is in the books, and lots of fun was had by all. Several city vehicles were involved in the parade. Some equipment got decorated for the occasion, and a few city employees and their families were a part of the festivities. The city also thanks Artesia Main Street for a wonderful evening. A reminder that the Artesia City Council has scheduled a special meeting. It's for December 15th. The purpose of the meeting is to discuss assigning the recently annexed Paris and York areas and the North Ritchie area into voting districts. This will allow residents who live in those areas to vote in and run in local municipal elections. And the council also amended its election resolution. The change means that another seat from District 4 will be voted on in the upcoming races. That means 2 council seats from District 4 will be voted on, in addition to 1 seat from the other 3 districts and the mayoral seat. You're up to date. I'm Jared Cerullo.
The administration are defending President Donald Trump's decision to fire Federal Trade Commissioner Rebecca Slaughter without cause. The court's 6 conservative justices have already signaled strong support for the administration's position over the objection of their 3 liberal colleagues by allowing Slaughter and the board members of other agencies to be removed from their jobs even as their legal challenges continue to play out. I'm Lisa Dwyer.
After granting him a pardon, the president is now upset with Democratic Congressman Henry Cuellar.
Last week, the president pardoned the Texas Democrat and his wife in a federal bribery and conspiracy case. He claimed the 2 were prosecuted because Cuellar had been critical of Joe Biden's immigration policies. But now Donald Trump is angry that Cuellar plans to run for re-election as a Democrat rather than switch parties. He blasted the congressman on social media for his lack of loyalty, suggesting the president was hoping the pardon would boost the size of the GOP's slim majority in the House. Greg Clugston, Washington.
Japanese authorities say a powerful earthquake has struck off Japan's northern coast. A tsunami alert issued. Nothing yet on damage or injuries. Ohio Congressman Jim Jordan says Republicans have a health care plan, a replacement for the heavily subsidized Obamacare scheme.
We want a bill in the health care area that health savings accounts, association health plans, ability to purchase insurance across state lines, all those things that create more choice, more competition, and bring down costs. That's what we want versus more subsidies into a system that just has all kinds of fraud.
The Ohio Republican speaking with the Salem Radio Network. On Wall Street, the Dow is down about 50 points. The Nasdaq trading 36 points higher. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Here's an important message from the Diabetes Solution Center. Do you like pricking your fingers to test your blood sugar levels? No one does, but it's important to maintain your health. And now, by wearing a small remote device called a continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, you don't need to prick your fingers anymore. It's easy to use and helps you make more accurate diabetes treatment decisions. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now. And if you have Medicare or most major insurance coverage, you may be able to get a new CGM at little to no out-of-pocket cost. Shipping is free, and we'll even bill your insurance company for you. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now to learn how to end the painful finger sticks and get your own continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, at little to no out-of-pocket cost.
Simmering tensions between 2 Southeast Asian neighbors have flared again.
Thailand has launched airstrikes along the disputed border with Cambodia as both sides accuse the other of breaking a ceasefire that halted fighting earlier this year. The Thai army says more than 50,000 people have left areas near the border for shelters, while Cambodia's information minister says residents of several villages near the border have been evacuated. The latest round of clashes have killed at least 1 Thai soldier and 4 Cambodian civilians, officials say. Long-standing border disputes erupted into 5 days of combat in July that killed dozens of soldiers and civilians. President Donald Trump pushed the Southeast Asian neighbors to sign a truce agreement in October, but tensions have continued to simmer. I'm Charles de Ledesma.
Benin's president has condemned an attempted coup that was foiled by the army. The president referring to the attempted government overthrow as a senseless adventure. Townhall.com. It's controversy north of the border.
Police in Edmonton, Canada have started a pilot project using AI-equipped body cameras to detect faces on a high-risk watch list. Now, the move by Axon Enterprise has raised some ethical concerns, especially since the company previously paused facial recognition due to privacy issues. The pilot aims to enhance officer and public safety by identifying individuals flagged for a history of serious offenses. Jason Walker reporting.
President Trump says a deal struck by Netflix last week to buy Warner Brothers Discovery could be a problem because of the size of the combined market share. The president says he will be involved in the decision about whether federal regulators should approve the deal. $72 billion deal would bring together two of the biggest players in TV and film. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man on this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The devil said, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican world radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 8 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 2. The Deuce. Mornings with Mike Winters right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Happy Monday.
Yes, welcome to it.
Yeah, as I was mentioning to Matt there briefly, we did find a new cat.
Oh, awesome.
We will go down. Kim will go. They're closed today. So Kim will go down tomorrow. I got a meeting, so I can't go. But so Kim will go and do the paperwork tomorrow, and then we'll take. Then from there, she'll go to the vet to get spayed and all.
Gotcha.
But
did you go with intention, or did you just kind of go and fall in love?
Well, we kind of went. We were kind of just looking, window shopping, so to speak.
How much is that kitty in the window?
Right. But this cat picked us.
Yep, I get that.
This cat, this is a little younger. She's a little older than what she is in this picture. She's about 8 months.
Okay.
This picture of her is a little younger than that. That's her.
Oh, orangey.
Yeah.
I love an orange tabby, dude. Those are like my favorites.
Yep. We're going to name her Reba.
Reba? Oh, that's cute.
Because of the color.
Yeah.
We're going to go. We had a Lucy.
Well, and she's a survivor. So.
That's true.
With gentle hands and the heart of a fighter.
That's right. I'm a survivor. I watch that show a lot. Mm-hmm. Like it's one of those, like if I'm killing in a half hour, there's usually a marathon of Reba on. All right, we'll watch an episode. But anyway, yeah, this cat, like, was just right. And then I got to the cage, and they opened the cage, and this cat leaped up onto my shoulder and was like rubbing on me and claimed me, just rubbing her face all over me and everything else.
Really? You're really putting it on.
Oh, she was just
like, I gotta get me the heck out of here.
She was just, and then Kim picked her up, did the same thing, was all, and so yeah, she was. And now there was a couple cool cats, but this one just
I understand.
And just
when something like that happens, you can't. your cat will choose you.
Yeah.
Just like your cat will choose when it wants to eat, when it wants to sleep, what it wants to hack up on your carpet.
Yeah.
You didn't pick that cat. Your cat that cat just decided, I'm gonna move in now.
Yeah, she's a big lover, and so
that's awesome.
So that's it. We're gonna bring her. I hope we'll see how the cats get along.
I was gonna say there's
Bella.
gonna be an interesting few moments of feline interaction.
Sure,
I think.
Yeah, there'll be a learning curve and territorial dictatorships and things will be established and all that. So, I don't know. Bella came in as because we had Hannah, and then Bella came a little later. So Bella was not the alpha cat in this particular. Now it's kind of her territory.
Now I'm wondering
how is she going to receive the new cat?
Because maybe she's more accustomed and acclimated to being the second banana, to being the subservient. Maybe Reba will come in and take the new high spot.
I don't know, maybe, but and this is where I don't know, and this is where we got to learn Reba's, because all I saw her in love mode. I have not seen her when she's mad yet.
Yeah,
I don't know how she's going to react when she gets mad.
And
I don't know if she's going to be a fight or flight type person where she's going to fight more than flight. I don't know. We'll learn those as we go here. But
do they keep the cat? I'm trying to remember. I know they keep him caged separately for the most part, right?
Yes, yeah. She was in her own kennel that was whatever it was, a 3x3 or whatever.
So it's solitary confinement.
Well, but she kind of has, because there's cages right next and there's cats.
Okay.
So they can see each other
Right.
and I guess interact if they so choose. I don't know.
Well, that's what I'm wondering is because your new cat's coming from pound mentality, so to speak. And so
well, she's that's what I'm saying. She was so not skittish. She was so like comfortable in her. She was literally showing me her belly, the whole rolling. I could touch her belly. I pet the cat's belly, and I just known it 2 minutes. That's unheard of.
That is pretty unheard of. That's pretty crazy.
So I was like, this is if this cat's let me do this now, I think this cat's gonna. And so I got a feeling she's just gonna go with the flow,
right?
And we'll find out.
Yeah, it'll be an interesting transition.
And Bella generally is a griper, but not a fighter.
Really? I would have never pegged your cat as being a fan of Nick Fuentes.
Big fan. No, the cat argues and yells a lot, but rarely is she hisses. She'll cuss you out, but she won't hit you.
She's got a lot of bark and no bite.
Yeah,
gotcha.
She just walks away.
Yeah.
She's like, you son of a.
She just
walks away.
she mumbles trash talk at you as she walks
cat.
away.
She mumbles. Yeah, that's
Stupid stuff.
But she never actually does anything.
Wasn't like this in my day.
Yeah,
just walks away.
She'll hiss it. Son of a. That's my cat.
That's funny.
So we'll see, but
so
we'll know here. Obviously, we'll tomorrow we'll keep work, and then assuming I imagine by Wednesday, Thursday at the latest, I'm guessing she'll be at her home, depending on how long she's at the vet there.
Yeah,
to do all that stuff. So we'll see, but
yeah,
everybody's excited.
I'm keeping my fingers crossed. Hopefully, it'll be a nice interaction, a nice integration, and you'll keep us tuned in. If
you see me and I look like a domestic violence person,
that's the thing. I'm noticing you're wearing long sleeves today.
I'm always wearing long sleeves now. Well, I look like that anyway. I mean, even just because I'm old.
Yeah,
I'm
I know,
too bad
just
right
mystery
now,
scars. I'll wake up and be like, what happened here then?
Yeah, it doesn't look too bad today, but I had a couple where I just rub up against a door jamb, not paying attention. Next thing you know, it looks like a road rash on my arm. I was like, what happened there? So, but that was the big news of the weekend, as we got a new kitty.
Nice. Well, that'll be fun to see how that develops. I started Stranger Things.
Oh, good.
Started.
Good.
I got an episode deep, and I'm currently in the middle of the second episode. I fell asleep it actually kind of sucks. I fell asleep, and then when I woke up to go to actual bed, it was in the middle of, or it was towards the end of episode 4.
Oh, wow.
So I'm like, no.
So you might have accidentally saw a minute of something you didn't want to see
I saw a couple things. I'm like, I don't know who anybody on screen is, but we'll find out soon.
Yeah. So what did you think of the first episode?
I got to tell you.
I got to tell you, boy.
I got to tell you. As a radiophile myself, as somebody who not only does this for a living, but also grew up as a fan of radio.
I thought you would appreciate that.
I love Nancy. I loved Nancy before.
Yeah.
But Nancy now as Rockin' Robin, and I mean, just doing that whole bit, I love her. And the whole bit with what's his face running the carts.
Yeah.
See, kids, back in the day, that's literally how it was done. If you ever get a chance, look up Greaseman radio.
Waddle-doodle-doodle.
He was him and who was the other guy? His name just left my head. The guy that does all the voices.
Rich Little?
No, he was. Oh, I can't think of it offhand. He was featured on an episode of Louie, but he's one of those guys who will just constantly like pop carts in.
Okay.
He's working the board, working up different pots for sound, and that's how it used to be back in the day. It was very hands-on. You have a team of people, and that's why morning radio shows back in the day had so many people, was because there was the news guy, the weather guy, there was the sports guy, there was the guy who ran the carts, there was the guy who ran the commercials, there was all these different parts.
Right.
And it was great to see her pop in the applause cart and play that real quick and then pop that out and pop some. And that's how it used to be. Is anything we wanted to play, we didn't have it, in an automated system. We had to cue it up and play it. That's why they call us jockeys, because we used to jockey discs back in the glory days. But that was awesome to see them go to the tower, power it down and all that.
Yeah.
And then they were the whole climb up thing. It was definitely scratched an itch. I'm curious where the rest of the season's going to go, because this is the most violent season I think yet.
Is it?
It feels like it, at least so far.
No, man. These later ones, they were getting pretty messed up.
Mm-hmm.
Like that whole when they get the hold of the people and raise them up and they start cracking their that
was pretty jacked up too. But like the whole scene in the first episode with the family that's trying to escape. I'll say. Just that whole interaction just got violent. And again, you're absolutely right that you forget things. I was like, what's the significance of this family? And I'm like, oh, it's the Wheelers. Got it. Right.
That's right. Yeah, you had to remember.
Took me a second to remember. Okay, that's. Yeah,
it took you a minute to get back into the groove, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the thing I like, is you get it and then you fall in and you're right back in it.
Right.
You know what I mean? I was like, okay, I liked,
Mm-hmm.
I forgot why I liked it, why I liked the show, and then I started watching. Oh yeah, that's why I like it, because it's at the end of the day, it's a overextended version of the Goonies, just a little darker. Is really what it is.
Yeah,
it's the Goonies. You know what? Maybe if I told my wife it's basically the Goonies, she'd try to give it a try.
Has she not?
No,
ever? Really?
no. It's just been me. But then again, if I get her to watch, that means I got to watch all 6.
Five. Yeah.
I don't know if I'm ready to start from the beginning and watch this. No.
Yeah, that's the thing, is the Duffer Brothers are really good about keeping a story tight, but there's a lot of filler.
Like, I'm really debating right now because the season 2 of Fallout's about to come out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm having trouble remembering season 1.
So I'm going to start playing through all the games now.
Yeah. So I'm debating, like, should I watch season 1 again? Because I'm really having trouble. I remember liking it, but I really don't remember much, like, who did what to whom or what happened.
That's, I think, where a good recap would come into play.
Yeah, maybe so. I'll give the recap a try, and I'm like, I don't remember any of this. I better go back and watch it.
Right. Yeah, watch a recap first, and then if it's still not, filling in holes.
But if you have not watched that Fallout on Prime, it's
need to.
I'm really good.
Only an episode. I do this all the time, but I'm one episode in, and I really
dug
to something
it.
else.
I really dug it. It's yeah. I think your problem is you have a trouble getting into something, but once you do, you're in.
Yeah.
But you gotta start it. And
it's gotta.
You gotta get through
first.
that first episode hump to get through.
Right.
Yeah. I'm like that with Stranger Things was like that for me the first time I watched it.
Same thing.
I watched the first episode. I maybe got the second one. I was like, and then I abandoned it for a couple years and I started over.
Same thing with Last of Us. It started to feel like, because I got through 2 episodes of that, it started to feel like more work than enjoying it. I guess it's time to watch this now.
I got to be honest. The way that one ended, I wasn't sure it ended. I was like, I thought there was more coming. I was kind of.
I have a feeling there will be a season 2 on that one too, though.
Or 3? Season 3.
Oh, season 3, yeah, because they finished 2. Yeah, I feel like that is one that's gonna keep going for a little bit. They got a lot of story to tell.
Well, never mind. I was going to say something I missed, but then I said that would be a spoiler. I better not do that. So, because I'll say I miss. Oh, never mind. I can't say that because you would be mad
because you don't know that they're gone.
All right, let me give you a little rundown for this hour of the show. We'll get you update with the weather and all that here in just a few minutes. Then we're going to play our interview we had with Larry Martin from the Midday Lions talking about their carriage rides this weekend. Next, they're coming up here Middaylions.org. Get your tickets, especially if you want the romantic carriage rides this Saturday. That's only one carriage going out for that. So when it's full, it's full. So
you want to be a baller?
Shock collar, 20-inch blade. Sorry.
Here's how you do it.
Mm-hmm.
Book the romantic carriage ride. Solo.
Ooh.
Right? Doesn't that feel baller status? You got a whole horse-drawn carriage for just you?
Yeah.
And you're just like, yeah, sipping on some cocoa.
And then just tell people, I'm dating myself tonight.
This is, you know what it is? I'm reintroducing myself to myself.
I'm going to use the Whole Food gift card on me.
On me.
Yeah, I feel like that's like a singles awareness day type event here. I went on Valentine's Day. I went out and ate by myself.
I don't make the kind of money where if I wanted to like pull a baller move and rent a whole movie theater, I could pull it off. I do make the kind of money where if I want to rent a carriage ride by myself, I can pull that off.
Well, if you pick a really bad movie and go in the middle of the day, it's kind of like you got the theater to yourself.
That is true.
Like when I saw the Jerky Boys.
That's fair.
I literally had that theater to myself, me and my buddy.
Now that you mention it, I'm trying to think. Me and my friend saw Cruel Intentions.
Wow.
By ourselves in the movie.
2 dudes?
Theater. Yeah.
Wow.
Well,
I feel like that should be a date movie.
It was Cruel Intentions? That movie is it's
yeah, but it's kind of
perverted, and we were teenage boys.
I guess. I just I don't know. To me,
it's Sarah Michelle Gellar, and
to me that just looked like a movie that dudes watch to impress ladies.
Okay, now let me take it up a notch. I told my parents that we were going to watch Analyze This.
Oh wow!
Because there is no way they would let me go watch Cruel Intentions.
But a good De Niro movie.
I mean,
well.
And we were totally the target demo for that movie.
Analyze This is hardly a good De Niro movie. A De Niro movie. But it is. All right, it is 8:20. Let's get you up to date on the weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. We have high pressure parked overhead, and that'll hang around for most of the week, so we're in pretty good shape. Mid-60s and sunshine today. Overnight looks clear, lows in the upper 20s to about 30, and then we get a little boost on the daytime highs on Tuesday. Lots of sun, and we'll be hitting the low 70s, right around 70 and sunny again on Wednesday and Thursday. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 31 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 64%. Winds calm at the moment. For today, actually this week, warmer temps. A little nicer. 64 and sunny today. Winds will be out of the south at around 5 miles per hour. For tonight, clear skies. 29 for an overnight low, so a little chilly. Below freezing, but not as bad as other nights. Tuesday, we're going to hit 70 tomorrow. Sunny, highs near 70. Southwest winds 5 to 10. Tuesday night is downright warm overnight. Clear skies, overnight low of 42. I'm going to say, that's almost short sleeve weather. Just kidding. West winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Wednesday, sunny, 66 for a high. Winds out of the north at around 5 miles per hour. Wednesday night, clear skies, overnight low of 37. Thursday, warming up into the mid to upper 70s, sunny and 76 on Thursday. Friday, sunny and 66. And then looking at the weekend, sunny and 62 on Saturday, mostly sunny, 60 on Sunday. So not too bad. 60s for the most part. Can't complain for December temperatures. Pretty good. All right, it is 8:22. We're going to take a quick commercial break. Then we're going to play our interview with Larry from the Midday Lions. Don't go away.
What does it mean for a roofing contractor to have heart? How about braving a 24-hour road trip with a bad back and a 20-foot-long trailer through Interstate 40? You heard that right. A local business needed a new roof, but this business did not want just any roof. They desired a schoolhouse roof with red shingles. Well, we wanted to give our customers exactly what they were asking for. The only problem was that the red color of shingle they were looking for had been discontinued in our local region. But we didn't give up then. We were told by our supplier that the schoolhouse red color of shingle that we were looking for was still available in Arkansas. So We did what was expected of us and drove 24 hours, and we delivered on our promise. If you need a roofer who delivers on their promises, call Trustmark Roofing today at 575-755-7663.
Trustmark Roofing, we put people first.
Looking to start, continue, or complete your higher education journey? Join the more than 6,000 fellow Greyhounds on their journey to student success. Eastern New Mexico University offers the most affordable higher education degree in the Southwest, and New Mexico residents can go to school tuition-free with the New Mexico Opportunity Scholarship. With online or in-person degrees, ENMU is the right choice for you. For more information, visit enmu.edu. ENMU, student success. That's what we're about.
The Roswell Symphony Orchestra presents Christmas Classics, Sunday, December 14th, 2:30 p.m. at Pearson Auditorium in Roswell. Your favorite Christmas pieces are back, including White Christmas, music from Polar Express, medleys, and The Messiah, featuring guests Jasmine Sod, Scott Bracken Tripp, Zachary McAllister, and the Roswell Symphony Orchestra Chorus. And enter to win the 3-2-1 cash raffle for the chance to win $1,000, $2,000, or $3,000. Tickets are just $100 with proceeds to benefit the symphony. Get tickets and more info at roswellsymphony.org.
It doesn't matter if you've been naughty or nice. Everyone gets our very best price during the year-end sales event at Roswell Ford. It's the final days to trade up for less during the year-end sales event at Roswell Ford. Last chance for 0, 0, 0. That's 0% financing for 60 months, 0 down payments, and 0 payments till March 2026. Plus, if you're making payments on your current vehicle and want out early, Roswell Ford will do whatever it takes to help you escape from your trade, even if you owe thousands more than it's worth, regardless of make, miles, or condition. Worried that your credit is on the naughty list? Roswell Ford has partnered with more aggressive lenders who will push to approve your credit, even if it's less than perfect. All roads lead to huge American-made savings, 0 down, 0 APR, and 0 payments till March 2026. Get on board at Roswell Ford, 821 North Main Street in beautiful Roswell. Call 575-623-3673 or online at roswellford.com.
Interest accrues from date of sale. 0 APR is 1667 per thousand financed on 2025 F-150s. Subject to lender approval. Offers not combined. Select vehicles.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. China has more English speakers than the United States. They have more Chinese speakers, too. Here's Mike Winters.
Studio this morning. Wearing his Midday Lions hat this morning. He wears many hats, but wearing his Lions hat this morning. Larry Martin back with us. Good morning.
Morning, Mike.
So, how's life in your world this morning? It's been a minute since I've spoke with you.
Good.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
I know, of course, Literacy Council's going and doing their thing, and of course, always looking for more support there, which we'll have that conversation another day, another time.
Day, yeah.
But another organization that you get involved with and been involved with for years is the Midday Lions Club. And another thing that the Midday Lions are, one of their traditions is the holiday carriage ride you guys do around Christmas time every year. For a couple weekends in December, folks get to come out and get in a carriage and ride around kind of the orchard area and see the Christmas lights and all that good stuff. And of course, this is a fundraising event for the Lions, which all that money goes back to the eye programs and the various entities that the Lions support throughout the year too. So, but it's kind of a Roswell tradition now, the carriage and the lights and all that.
Well, we've been doing it for at least 15 years.
Yeah.
And that's before I showed up. And we used to have horses, but I'm afraid they died off.
Yeah, maybe we have a horse guy out there that maybe wanting to donate some horse time.
Well, it's really hard. You have to have a team, on a wagon, and you have to work together, and you have to train them, and it's really it's a big
you just
deal.
can't roll up with some horses and start towing wagons around.
They probably kick each other.
Okay, I didn't know. I'm not that smart when it comes to that kind of stuff, so I didn't grow up in those.
My horse was a bicycle.
Yeah, I had a Huffy, and then I got a car. But yeah. So kind of give folks a little kind of description of how the night goes for them when they go out to the event.
Okay, we asked for a donation of $10 a person, which is reasonably cheap, and all the money goes to helping find and pay for eyeglasses for kids and some adults in all of it in Chavez County. So,
yeah.
And it's next weekend, the 12th, 13th, 14th, and the week after that, 19, 20, 21. So we got 6 days. And we have something special this year. On Saturday nights at 8 o'clock, we're having what you could call a romantic ride, which is longer than normal.
Okay. So this one may be not geared for the family, just for husband and wife?
Well, it's just 2 rides, one on each Saturday.
A couple.
So it's not a lot of them.
It's a couple's ride.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
couple's ride. And it's $50 per couple, which is noticeably higher than 10.
But you get more with it.
We get more with it, and we are going to provide some vouchers from known restaurants to help you pay for meals.
So that covers some meal costs too.
It was kind of like a package deal.
Yeah.
And we're gearing it up. No kids and some good Christmas music.
Yeah.
So bring your bride or your husband and come along and have some fun on those. But that's limited. There's only 12 couples can do that.
And that's coming up this first weekend
both Saturdays.
Oh, it'll be both Saturdays. Now it won't be this weekend; it'll be the weekend after, and then the weekend after that. So
12th and 19th.
December's going fast, but not that fast.
Before you know, it'll be Christmas.
Oh, I know. I'm already like, isn't Christmas next week? I think it is. It feels like that sometimes. But and then of course, if you want to do the more traditional, bring out the kids and bring everything else, there'll be other rides on the Friday and Saturday, and Friday and Sunday, and I guess that's Saturday too as well.
Yeah. Yeah,
those are the $10 rides.
The ride's about 30 minutes a ride, and we go through some very nice neighborhoods over on 27th and near Aspen.
Yeah, kind of back in the orchards back there, or the pecan orchards and all that.
Very nice houses.
Yeah, if you've never been back there, to put it this way, I've lived here since roughly around end of 2000. And by far, that's over the years, that's always been like, if people say, I'm going to go to the Christmas lights, they always go out to that part of town because, it's big houses, but they do. I mean, it's they go all out. I know we always talk about, his name just went right out of my head, but with the Christmas lights that they do. But if you do go out there, I mean, they got those. They're really nice houses out there, big houses, and very, but they really do go. I mean, that every year, I think, I don't know, I've done at least 20 times. Once a year, we go out there and make a trip out there on your own. But with the carriage, it's slower paced. You get to go, and you don't have to worry about driving or being, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You get to focus on your family or focus on your couple if you do the romantic one, and it's just a neat. It's a really cool Christmas vibe, and it's great family tradition. If you haven't started, maybe make it one. I think it's really neat. So, and at the end of the day, you're helping out the Lions and getting eyeglasses for kids and helping, like you said, all that money stays right here in Chavez County. So it's not going to, it's going to kids in your own neighborhoods and kids that you go to church with and go to school with, and you work with their parents and all that good stuff. So it's a good thing to help out.
If you're looking for a ticket, you can go to online. It's RoswellMiddayLions.org.
Okay.
That's RoswellMiddayLions.org.
Do you need a dash or anything between the midday?
No dashes,
Okay.
all one.
All one big.
No space, and it's .org, not .com. So
Gotcha.
It confuses some people.
Well, and I still botch this too, but generally knowledge, just gee whiz knowledge for folks, if you see a .org, those are generally for nonprofits and things like that. .coms are commercial-based websites. So most of the time, when you see a nonprofit organization, they're going to have a .org because that's part of there. So just a tip for future, like, I can't remember if it's .org or .com. If it's nonprofit, it's probably .org.
Right.
And then obviously if it's a government entity, it's at .gov. But just gee whiz information for stick in your pocket for later.
And the money, by the way, we don't have a party. We just save the money, and basically we support other groups occasionally in town, and but most of the money goes to eyeglasses for kids, and some of it goes to adults who are really in bad shape.
Sure.
We'll buy glasses for adults.
Gotcha.
But with
it's always case-by-case basis on need and things like that.
We analyze everything. We don't, we wouldn't buy it for me because I'm rich. Yeah, right. Anyway.
It's like, I'm not rich, but I can afford my own glasses. My life is,
That's right. And there's some special deals around town through your optometrist.
Sure.
Look and find the right one for you. There are several around town, and we have a problem, though, in Roswell, is that a lot of the, shall we say, the doctors don't stay long, and
Yeah.
And
talk to your legislators about that one.
Yeah, that's a problem there. But the optometrists don't hang around long either.
And that's pretty much anywhere in healthcare at this point right now. It's too expensive to practice medicine in the state of New Mexico right now for most of these folks.
Well,
that's the sad truth, and they got to fix that.
But hey, can't do anything about that. We're trying to help the kids.
That's another fight for another day.
We also have what's called KidSight. We work with the state, and we examine kids from about 3 years on up for a particular eye problem. And if you can catch it by the age of 7, and I'd say about 10% of the kids have this problem, which I'm not technically sure what it is, but anyway, it's something that affects the eyes and can be fixed with proper examination and glasses.
Absolutely.
It's kind of an oddball thing.
Well, and even with the advances in like dyslexia and like the progress they made, like you and I were kids, they didn't even think about putting in a pair of glasses till you're entering like kindergarten or school age.
Yeah, that's right.
They're literally putting them on babies now. I mean, there's 6 months old. They're finding a benefit to correcting some of this stuff with children that young now, and so the pool has kind of widened a little bit for you guys on need for glasses and things like kids that were years ago we would have never thought needing glasses for that age. Now that we're putting them in them, and so there's probably a greater demand for glasses just because we're seeing younger children needing them now.
Well, we find out that some kids, go through school a couple of years, they need glasses and they don't think about it, and they always sit in the front row, obviously, so they can see. And we were giving free glasses last year to over 150 kids, glasses. And we had two kids came in. They were about 8 or 9. And they put the glasses on. They started jumping around. Wow, the trees have leaves, So at some point, they don't even know they're half blind until they put glasses on.
You don't know what you don't know till you don't know it, right?
Oh, that's right. And so parents need to, come on, you got to have your kids' eyeglasses checked.
Absolutely.
When they're younger. The problem is there are very few, currently right now, we can't find any who will examine kids' eyeglasses in town. So
oh, really?
It's grim.
Well, hopefully we can get that fixed. Again, this is kind of talking to the bigger issue. Talk to your legislators about that. But in the meantime, we got to do what we got to do, and this is what the Lions do here is they try to navigate. If their family's struggling to get this stuff, how can we help navigate to make this happen?
Yeah,
and that's what you guys work to do.
That's what we're doing.
Yeah. So come have some cocoa and carriage rides and enjoy just a great evening over the next couple weekends here. Now you guys meet. Do you guys still meet at the on Aspen there at the Scout?
Scout Hut, which is near the Mormon Church off of Country Club.
Yes. Yeah. So. You'll see the church there on the corner of Country Club and Aspen.
Aspen, right.
Turn right there and go
north.
Go maybe couple hundred feet, and you'll see it right there on your left.
We're well lit.
Yes.
We have a lot of lights, so we go for that.
Yeah.
And of course, we're the only one in town with a wagon running around with a whole bunch of lights on it.
Yes, it kind of sticks out.
And we plan.
We don't have a large Amish community around here to kind of blend it
in. We're planning on being in the lights parade Saturday, so.
Oh, great!
You can see us there, I hope.
Excellent. So definitely come out and be a part of it. And then, like we said, now this is going to be not this weekend, but next weekend and the weekend after that, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Again, the romantic couple $2, two people couple $50 enhanced experience. That'll be the Saturdays of each of those days at 8 p.m. If you go to RoswellMiddayLions.org, you can order your tickets now. Generally speaking, it's first come, first serve. So if you've got a narrow window on your availability, you might want to get in there earlier rather than later if you want to pick a time slot that kind of works with you on the more of the family rides, because those will work. They usually do that over several time slots over the course of the evening there. You can get there earlier or later, like 8 in the evening or something like that.
The first one's at 6 o'clock, and the last one's at 8.
Very good. So again, Roswell Midday Lions. That way you can go .org and go and kind of pick that out. But it'll be 8 o'clock the 2 Saturdays of the event. Would that be the 13th and 20th or 14th. I don't remember what dates those are, but whatever the Saturdays are.
13 and 20.
Yeah.
Look at my notes here. Yeah.
Whatever the Saturdays are, those weekends at 8 p.m. And then, of course, all you do is, get there a few minutes before your assigned time. Just show up at the Scout headquarters here on Aspen and get ready to have a great evening of carriage riding and Christmas lights. And
we have a nice fireplace burning without burning down any buildings.
Good deal.
We know what we're doing, I think.
Well,
yeah. Anyways, you can huddle around the fire and stay warm.
And they're near the Scout hut. There's always scouts nearby that know how to deal with fires.
In fact, the scouts help us with it. The Lions is heavily involved with the scouting organization here in town. So
good deal.
We support 2 troops in a pack.
Oh, awesome.
And
so there's some of those kids are going to probably be out there.
They'll come out and help us out.
Yeah.
And some of them are ladies. Young ladies.
Yeah, we now they got females in scouting now.
Right.
Because they went from, obviously, the name change from Boy Scouts to Scouting America now here. But yeah, matter of fact, Roswell had their first female Eagle Scout here less than a year ago here. So
that's right. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's good. Pretty good stuff. So yeah,
we were both in scouting a long time ago, right?
Yeah, I'm an Eagle Scout. Yeah, matter of fact, I do serve. I serve on the Conquistador Council board, and I help out a couple other things. So I'm involved in scouting a lot of stuff here too.
Good. It's a good organization.
Scouting is. I will always sing the praises of scouting here on this program. Who I am today, scouting very much helped mold much of that. I mean, my parents did a good job helping me out and do all it too. I'm not trying to discredit my parents in any way, shape, or form, but they were smart enough to put me in scouting, and what I got to experience, what I got to learn, the things. I mean, my abilities to be confident in circles where I'm not normally confident in, scouting helped me navigate through that. The military put some finishing touches on it, but it's definitely scouting is if you want to do something, and I'll shut up on this, but if you want to do something to prepare your child for the future, regardless of what their dreams, goals, or aspirations, you just want to give them the tools to allow them to be independent, decide for themselves, critical thinking, becoming, shaping them into mature adults on whatever life they choose, regardless of what their passions or joys are. Scouting is the perfect vessel to do that.
Amen.
Yep, it is just what it is.
When I was in the military, I remember going to a survival camp, training camp for a week, and I irritated the instructor because I knew as much as he did already from scouting.
Yeah. Well, because of my Eagle Scout, when I graduated basic training, I went out with a stripe. I got a stripe on my sleeve for the sole reason that I am an Eagle Scout. That was from the Air Force. I still believe they do that. Now, this was the 90s. It was a few years ago.
All 7 of the original astronauts were Eagle Scouts.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So.
Yep.
The original guys.
Yeah, there's and a few other famous people out there too. Yeah. But meanwhile, help out the Midday Lions, support our families and our youth with their vision by participating in this year's annual Christmas Lights Carriage Ride. Again, we have kind of a new another version for this year.
Romantic ride.
Yeah.
No kids, so it's be 6 couples on a wagon. It's not totally romantic, but it's close.
Well, I mean, it's and of course your package includes some certificates to cover some dinner as well too. Right. So not a bad gig for $50 there. And again, all that proceeds that you're doing goes back to help these families. So it's great to do it. So matter of factly, you got 2 weekends, book both Saturdays. Do it once and do it one other night too. And the same with families, with the Friday, Saturday, Sunday, if you can't get them all in one group, go one group one weekend and, catch the next group the next weekend out there. But.
Well, we find also that I sent out posters or gave a poster to most of the churches in town. And this is a great Christmas, it's a great opportunity for a Sunday school class to go together.
Absolutely.
So get together and think about it.
Absolutely, and see, and just it. To me, these are the kind of things that really help put the Christmas in Christmas a little bit. You know what I mean?
Amen.
It gets so much, stress and the hullabaloo of the gifts and this and the perfect dinner and all that stuff, and the simple things are what makes Christmas great, and it really is the time with family, time with loved ones, seeing the beautiful Christmas lights. It's got to be a little cold. I'm sorry if it's warm. That just kind of dampers the mood a little bit. You need a chill out there a little bit.
1 year is down to 10.
We don't need that big of a chill.
Your weather report sounds great. Golly, it's going to be nice.
I'm thinking if it's in the 30s, 40s, in
that's
the
fantastic.
That's because that way you're wanting cocoa, you're wanting warm drinks,
and we do have hot cocoa.
And of course you got to be in a coat and a carriage looking at Christmas lights. If you're in the shorts or t-shirt or something, it just don't feel right.
That's right.
I don't care. Even if you grew up in Hawaii, it still ain't right. It's just not how it's supposed. Santa's got a big coat on and all
do
that.
They have Christmas in Hawaii?
Oh yeah.
I guess so.
I do I like it because I can think of. Is it Don Ho that does the Christmas? Yeah. That's what I think of Hawaii every time. So, but again, it'll be not this weekend, but next Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and then the Friday, Saturday, and Sunday after that. Basically, the I guess that'd be the last 2 weekends before Christmas. Basically,
right?
Because the weekend after that will be Christmas that Thursday. So it'll be the last 2 weekends before Christmas. Again, go to RoswellMiddayLions.org to reserve your spots now. And like I said, there's only the 2 Saturdays for the romantic carriage ride, so there's going to be less slots available for that one, and it's only at 8 o'clock. So when those carriages are full, those 2 Saturdays they're full. So you might want to book those here directly the next day or so to get make sure you got those availabilities. But for the $10 family carriage rides, those will be, like I said, 6, 7, 8, and 8 o'clock times each Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, both those weekends. Book yours today at RoswellMiddayLions.org. So.
Children under 5 are free.
Oh, very good. Okay.
So if you want to bring one that may have to sit on your lap.
I would say they don't get a whole seat.
Yeah. The cabin can fit about 16 people if they're tight.
All right.
Not too big. So it depends on it.
All right. Well, a lot of people are on Ozempic and stuff now, so maybe you can fit a few more. Maybe make some room. But yeah, it is really a fun. It really is a great Christmas tradition, and like you said, it's been going on for at least 15 plus years here, and it is now very much a staple of Roswell. And I think, when you think of certain things, you hit certain times a year in Roswell, and obviously 4th of July weekend, we think about the UFO festival and all that stuff, and then shortly thereafter the chili cheese and all that. But for me, December is the carriage rides. This is the Christmas lights. That's all what it's about. The 2 favorite things about Christmas in Roswell: the carriage rides, and they put all the lights downtown when you come up and down the street. Those are my 2 favorite things I love about Christmas here in Roswell. And I get kind of lucky because I usually get to work here and it's still dark. So every morning I come to work and I see the lights coming in, and that's my moment of zen as I'm coming to start my day.
I noticed they put the lights up last week or the week before.
Yeah, they're up coming down, and they'll be up till probably February or so.
It looks really nice.
It just puts you in the right mood. Right? It's kind of like you can't be mad if you got an ice cream cone in your hand. You know what I'm saying? You just can't be.
Ice cream?
An ice cream cone. You're holding an ice cream cone. You just can't be mad and hold an ice cream cone. Just it's impossible. So. Anyway, of course, while we got you here, if folks, they're always looking for more Lions to be Midday Lions. If you're interested in becoming a part of the organization, I imagine coming out either of the events and weekends and talking with some of the Lions there, they'd be happy to tell you a little bit more about.
Yeah, we're a friendly group. That's right now is only 8 of us, but we have a nice group, and it's we meet Fridays at 12:30.
Okay.
At the Stellar Cafe.
All right.
Downtown.
So you come and have a cup of coffee and maybe a little something to eat.
Yeah, a little room in the back. We order lunch and sit and shoot the bull.
There is a great place. They do a lot of community-minded events there.
Yes, they do.
They're very good. Yeah, so definitely support them when you come for a meeting. But yeah, they're always looking for new folks here to help volunteer and be a part of this. And if you're trying to find your niche, your way you want to give back or be a part of the community, the Lions definitely have some opportunities for you to do that.
And so I did say Fridays. I think we used to do on Mondays, so we changed to Fridays.
So it's not Fridays.
Fridays at 12:30.
Is it every Friday or
every other? First and third
Friday of the month at Stellar Coffee.
First and third, 12:30.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I do. And if you don't like coffee, they got other stuff at Stellar.
Oh, they got a lot of stuff. It's amazing. And
matter of fact, can you even just get coffee in coffee shops anymore? Just like coffee?
I'm sure that, they make coffee. That's right. I've watched them at work.
Like if I say, can I have a cup of coffee? Are they going to know what I'm talking about? Or like, do you want a maki? Whatever the 70,000 different things they got now.
And there's always, not in the same room with us, but there's always 3 or 4 guys on their laptops zapping away in the coffee room.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So, but again, if you want to learn more about the Midday Lions and obviously get your reservations for the Holiday Lights carriage rides here, RoswellMiddayLions.org, and go there. I know you guys also have a Midday Lions Facebook page. You can
yes, we're on Facebook now. I haven't seen it because I'm not on Facebook, but
you can like and follow
working.
that,
yeah,
and that way you can stay up to date. And
that might be easier than the webpage.
Yeah, and that's a lot of people are on their Facebook a lot. But if you don't do Facebook, or if you're now to reserve tickets, I would go ahead and just go directly to the website. There's probably a link on the Facebook from there to the other. I know I saw the flyer for the romantic carriage rides on there, so you can learn more about that stuff there too. So, did we get it all, Larry?
I think so. How much time do we have here?
Well, we got a few minutes. We got some other
I
stuff.
was just wondering, I'm with the Literacy Council.
Yeah.
And we do the Knowledge Bowl. We had one about a month ago, and the Lions Club won.
Ooh.
I don't tell them nothing. I don't, no.
It does look like an inside job, just saying.
They got some pretty smart guys over there. And,
is Larry compromised? We shall find. No, actually, you had nothing to do with the questions this year. It was all Mind Probe folks. So yeah.
And Nemi won the high school competition.
Nice.
And we're trying to get all the other high schools to compete. So if you have a club in Roswell High or any of those, Goddard or Gateway, I'm thinking of. And
you know what? I think this is the time for our high school athletes to prove a point. Because you know how they look at athletes as dumb jocks and all that stuff. And, and then they're like, oh, you're never going to beat the science club or whatever, the history club. You know what I mean? I'm saying let's get some football players. Let's get some baseball, basketball, volleyball. Put your teams out there and shut up with these people saying that jocks are just good at sports. That's what I'm saying. Throw that gauntlet down and do it at the Knowledge Bowl.
Well, the next one is going to be February 22.
All right, so we'll be doing it here in a couple months. So it's quicker than you think here.
It was designed originally to be after the Super Bowl, and somehow we did it in the fall.
Well, it's technically after the Super Bowl. It's in the next season now. But and of course, if you're not familiar, the Roswell Literacy Council is a great organization, nonprofit, and there's folks that need help with many aspects of literacy, anything from basic literacy to getting your citizenship to helping get folks get their GED or putting, the Literacy Council puts people in touch with the resources to do that, whether it's directly there at the Literacy Council tutoring or putting them in touch with organizations that can help them further what they're trying to do in terms of literacy or getting, English as a second language, any of that kind of stuff. And the blessed part about it is all the resources available to folks is free of charge. Doesn't cost.
Absolutely.
What people pay thousands of dollars in education to get, folks can walk through those doors and get that equivalency for absolutely free. So, and by the way, they're always looking for volunteers as well too. If I know obviously retired teachers, folks like that, obviously have a niche for teaching and are blessed, but there is by no means any requirement or stipulation saying that that's your background. If you are well versed at, obviously they've got books and stuff for the actual training of the reading and all that stuff.
We have a lot of equipment that has been donated through the years.
Tools to help you with that. But if you just have a desire and like to work with people, that's enough to help these folks achieve the goals they're trying to do here. So please reach out to the Literacy Council. I always forget the actual address over there. What is the address number for the building there at the Literacy Council? Do you remember off the top of your head?
No.
It's
So on 10th Street,
Yeah, it's
next
on
to Missouri.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's like, I
Missouri
never
and-
remember. It's right, but I don't know the physical address.
And we have a
number
big
there.
sign out front, so if you get close, you can see it.
Yes, matter of fact, you guys still house the Red Cross folks in there
Yeah.
too. So, so if you're looking for Red Cross business, same place.
Same
there.
place,
But you can
They're
also
usually
go
out. They're out doing something. They're always busy.
Yeah, you'll probably know for them more. Oh, that's where the where the Red Cross folks are. You see them out there more. But that's where they do a lot of the food trading, and that's where you guys operate. Of course, you can go on Facebook and look for Roswell Literacy Council and learn a little bit more about the organization. Or if you need their help, please reach out. That's what they do, is help folks. But again, we'll get you up to date more on the Knowledge Bowl. That's probably one of your major fundraisers that really helps kind of keep the coffers going for the next
Pays
year.
the
there.
rent.
Yeah.
Actually, we own the building, but we got to pay electric bill.
Oh yeah, it's light bill and water bill and trash bill.
But we
and all
don't pay. The tutors are volunteers, and people who want to do it, they don't require anybody, obviously, but they're volunteers, and we have several teachers on the board and ex-teachers, So it works out really good. If you're
Excellent.
into the teaching mode in your life, then this will be.
It's a great
you can help.
mentorship opportunity and a real chance to work one-on-one with people and learn and not to mention it's a great social thing too. I'm going to take a stab that if you're looking to kind of broaden your social circles, make some friends, or just broaden your own horizons there, this is a great way to help do that too. So you can benefit from this as much as the people you're helping sometimes. So, and matter of fact, I'm going to take a stab that many of your volunteers, they go home at night, they may be tired, but they're like, I had a good day. You
had a good day. I did something today besides watching Jeopardy.
Yeah, exactly. It was a good day. I mean, I made a connection. Someone had I helped someone have a light bulb moment today. That was a great thing. And so that's where you'll truly find that reward. But as we get close to February here in Knowledge Bowl, we'll start ramping up there and start encouraging you. But what I'm telling you right now, like you said, we want to get more youth teams out there. We want to, no offense, Nimmy, we want to give you a little competition. We want to get you a few more teams. You're defending champs, but we're going to, it's hard to repeat. That's true in any contest. So we want to make it tougher for you. So let's get those youth groups, high school groups, church groups, whatever it is. Now don't forget the adults, still game on for you guys too, but we want to ramp up the youth side of things a little bit here too. So good deal. Is there anything else we missed, Larry?
I don't think so. We got it all.
Excellent. Well, thank you much. We'll see you here next week as we'll keep reminding folks about our carriage rides here, because I know you sleep now and then, and you hear it now, and you're like, oh, great, and then by the afternoon you forget about it.
Well, I'm sure everyone in town doesn't listen to this show right now, so we'll get them next week.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Well, dozens care. No, I'm just kidding. Actually, I find out real quick if you just say something wrong or screw up, you'll find out real quick how many people listen. People stay quiet, but if I say something wrong, so that's my barometer. Oh, I messed that one up. Phone's ringing. All right. Thank you, Larry. 9:52. Let's
Now for your Pecos Valley news update, I'm Jared Cirillo. Another edition of Light Up Artesia is in the books, and lots of fun was had by all. Several city vehicles were involved in the parade. Some equipment got decorated for the occasion, and a few city employees and their families were a part of the festivities. The city also thanks Artesia Main Street for a wonderful evening. A reminder that the Artesia City Council has scheduled a special meeting. It's for December 15th. The purpose of the meeting is to discuss assigning the recently annexed Paris and York areas and the North Ritchie area into voting districts. This will allow residents who live in those areas to vote in and run in local municipal elections. And the council also amended its election resolution. The change means that another seat from District 4 will be voted on in the upcoming races. That means 2 council seats from District 4 will be voted on, in addition to 1 seat from the other 3 districts and the mayoral seat. You're up to date. I'm Jared Cirillo.
It's time for the Chaves County Sports Report. The NMMI Colts early in the basketball season. Had a pretty good showing out at the Rio Grande Shootouts by making it to the championship game in the semifinals on Friday, defeating Lordsburg 65-25, but then losing to Fort Sumner in the final 79-51. NMMI is 3-1. The same tournament, Dexter fell on Friday to Silver 68-30, and then lost to Chaparral Saturday 65-57. Where is the Rio Grande Shootout, you may ask? It's in Truth or Consequences, Hot Springs High School. None of those other schools are on the Rio Grande. At the Melrose tournament, it was Mesilla Valley defeating Gateway Christian on Friday, but Gateway bounces back to beat Mescalero on Saturday. Hagerman in the consolation bracket beats Floyd Friday, and then Tatum on Saturday. The Sports Report brought to you by DSI. Call DSI for all your office technology needs. I'm Eric Butler at Roswell's Talk FM 106.5.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. We have high pressure parked overhead, and that'll hang around for most of the week, so we're in pretty good shape. Mid-60s and sunshine today. Overnight looks clear, lows in the upper 20s to about 30, and then we get a little boost on the daytime highs on Tuesday. Lots of sun, and we'll be hitting the low 70s, right around 70, and sunny again on Wednesday and Thursday. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Get a built-in look with a Whirlpool flush mount dishwasher that installs flush with the surrounding cabinets at Bush Appliance in Roswell. A third rack provides space for silverware and hard-to-fit utensils. Plus, this dishwasher meets ADA standards for acceptable design. Shop Whirlpool dishwashers today at Bush Appliance in Roswell. Who you gonna call? Bush Appliance. Stop by 111 West Country Club Road in Roswell or call 575-622-6390. If you're looking for the best deal on your next vehicle, look no further. The Roswell Hyundai Used Car Supercenter. With a huge selection of vehicles to choose from, nearly every make and model, you're sure to find the vehicle that fits your needs and budget. Whether you're in the market for a large truck, a high-end luxury vehicle, or an affordable car for first-time buyers, the Roswell Hyundai Used Car Supercenter has something for everyone. The #1 used car supercenter in Southeast New Mexico 2 years in a row. Roswell Hyundai, the fun place to buy a car. 1909 West 2nd.
Your home for Kim Commando in Roswell. 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM, KEND, Roswell, New Mexico.
And we're closing in on 9 o'clock. Town Hall News is coming up here in just a few seconds. Next hour, we're going to replay our interview we had back the end of November there with the folks from American Legion Post 61. We talk mostly about the Reefs Across America, which they're going to have their distribution event coming up here and all that. So we talk a little bit about that with them. Some of the information's a little old, but most of it's pretty good. So we'll play that for you next hour. Town Hall News is up next. We'll be back on the other side of news. Don't go away.
Breaking news this hour from Town Hall. I'm Rich Thomason. President Trump reportedly set to unveil a $12 billion farm aid package. The official announcement expected this afternoon at the White House. Ukrainian President Zelensky has been meeting with French, German, and British leaders in London today. The talks aim to strengthen Ukraine's position in negotiations on a U.S.-backed plan to end the war with Russia. A newly unveiled defense spending bill comes with a mind-boggling price tag.
The sweeping 3,000-page bill authorizes a record $901 billion in national security spending next year. That's billions more than President Trump's request. The measure includes a 4% raise for enlisted troops, as well as $400 million in military assistance to Ukraine. House Speaker Mike Johnson said the legislation would advance the president's agenda by ending woke ideology at the Pentagon and securing the border, among other priorities. Greg Clugston, Washington.
GOP Congressman Andy Biggs suggests he does not think Democrats will gain much traction with voters by hammering away at the affordability issue ahead of next year's midterm elections. Biggs tells the Salem Radio Network that for Republicans, it's all about getting the message out.
We have to address health care, and as prices do continue to come down, we have to somehow break through the stranglehold that the socialist Marxist media has and let people know, yeah, prices are coming down. There are jobs being created in this country, and that you really didn't see that under Joe Biden. And that's we have to get our message out. If we get our message out, we win.
Paramount is challenging Netflix's $72 billion deal to purchase Warner Brothers Discovery. Paramount offering $30 per share cash for the entirety of Warner Brothers Discovery. Watching Wall Street, the Dow down about 157 points. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Everybody wants cheap airfare, but where do you find it? You call low-cost airlines. Their prices are direct from the airlines, and they're so low you can't find these fares published anywhere. They specialize in cheap flights, discount hotel rooms, cheap car rental rates, and great package deals anywhere around the world. Wherever you want to go, they can help you get there cheaply and with a best price guarantee. If you want the lowest prices on your airline tickets or other travel services, call now. That's right, call. That's the only way to get these rates. Experts are standing by 24/7 to get you the cheapest airfare and hotel rates available. So don't wait. Call right now for the lowest travel prices anywhere and for great last-minute travel deals too.
Call 866-755-5300. That's 866-755-5300. Again, that's 866-755-5300. Call us right now.
The outgoing head of the UN Refugee Agency is concerned about Syria. He says the country is at a crucial crossroads a year after the fall of the Assad dictatorship.
Filippo Grandi said Syrians had returned to almost nothing. Houses destroyed, services on the verge of collapse, no jobs. But if life didn't improve, he feared they would leave again in frustration. Mr. Grandi acknowledged that there was still, in his words, a lot of apprehension about issues including the minorities in Syria as well as the rights of women. But he cautioned that time was running out to help Syrians choose the right way, not the wrong way.
The BBC's Lise Doucette. Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu says Israel and Hamas are expected to move into the second phase of their ceasefire soon. It will begin after Hamas returns the remains of the final hostage being held in Gaza. News and analysis, townhall.com. The UN's aid office is downsizing its annual fundraising appeal for next year after support for the effort fizzled.
The United Nations Office for the Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs says it's seeking $33 billion to help some 135 million people cope with fallout from wars, climate disasters, earthquakes, epidemics and food shortages. This year, it took in $15 billion, the lowest level in a decade. OCHA Chief Tom Fletcher says in 2025, hunger surged, food budgets were slashed, even as famines hit part of Sudan and Gaza. Health systems broke apart too. The UN aid coordinator sought $47 billion for this year and aimed to help 190 million people worldwide. Because of the lower support, it and humanitarian partners reached 25 million people fewer this year than in 2024. I'm Charles de Ledesma.
More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The Travelician, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 9 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 3. Oh, I forgot to turn your mic on. It's my Monday.
It's cool, I'll just shout.
Mornings with Mike Winters. Well, I'll do that with my mic. But happy hour number 3, everybody.
Yes.
Welcome to Mornings with Mike Winters. If you're just tuning in, Lucky, get to sleep in or something.
Right? I've never understood that. Like, I'm not saying I haven't done it.
Yeah.
Like, if I stay up doing whatever till like 2, 3 in the morning, I will sleep in until like 8:30. But I always feel like the rest of my day is just off.
Right.
Like, I didn't start my day. I just jumped in the middle, you know?
I think as we get older as humans, I think our sleep patterns get. I mean, obviously as teenagers you sleep a lot more because your hormones and all that. That's why they sleep till noon and all that stuff. But I think as you start getting into like your 30s, 40s and up, like there's something in your body that won't let you sleep past like 8 o'clock. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, in some people. Now, I was also having a conversation with a friend the other day, and this actually came up. I was like, isn't it funny how for the first, like, 10 years of our lives, the worst thing you could think of to do to spend your time is taking a nap? But then for, like, the next 30 to 50 years of your life, it's the best idea ever.
Yeah. And then it's based on how good your day was. It wasn't bad. I had a real good nap.
Oh, my God, this nap.
Woo! I had one of those yesterday, actually.
Oh, yeah?
I had one of those. I was turn on watching TV, and, of course, the Commanders just completely, oh, my God. I'm so mad. I shut that bad boy off by half. It was so bad. And there's no joy in Mudville. But anyway.
Congratulations, Packers.
But anyway, I fell asleep in the chair, and I was out for a good hour plus. And when I woke up, I didn't know what day it was. I'm like, where am I? What happened?
Who am I? Who's this on my lap?
Yeah.
That's the thing. Did you have the cat on the lap?
No, not
oh,
that.
See
moment,
that jumps it up like 3 notches.
Yeah.
Like I was sitting back, kind of in my spot on my couch, and just watching whatever on YouTube, and I started to kind of drift off, and then Stefan just like, that's my cue, jumps up and like. He gets into this position where I'm gonna have to, in order to present him from planning butthole, I'm gonna have to hold his tail curled, which means I'm gonna have to cradle him. So I'm now cradling my cat. He's just laying along my arm, and I had the best like 45-minute nap I think maybe ever.
Yeah, those are good. But yeah, I woke up. I was like, I don't know. But that particular yesterday, Bella was in Kim's lap, so. Not so much in mine this time, but I've had that nap too. Matter of fact, I think the weekend before, about once a weekend, I get one of these good naps.
Seems to be a trend.
Bella was, and I was reclined back, and of course she was laying. She likes to turn my legs into her own personal little hammock, and she kind of just stretches out completely from, and I'm short, so it's pretty much from like the entire length of my leg. She's stretched out there. So, and she just looks as happy as a clam there, you know. So that's her sack out situation. Nice. But I don't know how that's gonna. Now we got to establish new territories with lap situations.
We're gonna have, you're gonna
two laps
figure out who's. And again, they'll decide, but who their adult is. Yeah. Like which one of you is their primary.
And will they be able to share a lap? Whereas Hannah and Bella rarely could share a lap. If they did, it was for about 3 minutes of kumbaya, and then someone gets mad at somebody, and someone kicks the other one
off.
So we'll see how that goes. But we do have. I just realized my interview's long, so I better get her going pretty quick. But real quick, something I saw that's you can actually watch it now, probably on. Is it Disney? Whoever does National Geographic content.
I think that's Disney.
Yeah, Disney or Hulu.
No,
might be Hulu.
Yeah, no, it's Disney.
Aren't they all owned by the same thing now? Disney, Hulu, and all that anyway?
But now that I'm thinking about it, because they had Disney, they had Marvel, and then they had National Geographic on their little bubbles. So, yeah, it's them.
But there's a 3-part documentary series I just happened to catch on National Geographic proper last night. It's about the Oklahoma City bombing, and it kind of goes from the beginning to the end, and it was really good. Matter of fact, like one thing I really enjoyed, I don't know if it's depressing. It's a very depressing documentary, but one thing I thought was interesting was... one of the ladies they were interviewing, she was in a credit union that was on the main floor there of the Murrow building. And so the ATF agents, they call it, they're always in there, banking, doing their bank and stuff. She was one of the, I don't know if she was a teller, but she worked in the credit union there. And, of course, when the bomb exploded, thing collapsed, she was trapped, and she was actually one of the last survivors.
Wow.
They pulled out of the rubble. Matter of fact, her entire office was dead except for her.
Oh, wow. And she's still alive?
And she's still alive. And so she was interviewing her. And then kind of a full circle moment, they kind of do the end, and they kind of give you a little bit of a update on some of the people that they share their stories in the documentary.
Right.
Hers, she's now the CEO of that credit union.
Oh, wow.
She's gone, where she's gone now. She's the CEO of that credit union.
I mean, she paid her dues.
Literally. But I just thought that was kind of that's an interesting
that's pretty cool
thing. After all this dark and decay, I was like, interesting.
I'm gonna try to check it out. Oh, do I have Disney? I can't remember if I got that one back. But
I think it's on Hulu.
Okay.
I think it is.
I might be able to check it out then. I am curious though. Did they touch on the Waco connections?
Yes.
Good.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's very. I mean, as far as the information, it tells you moment by moment and things, and it's very stories from the rescuers and talking about they had to leave because there was another bomb scare.
Right.
And it's just I'll let y'all watch. It was really good.
That was the first.
But it does make you feel a certain way.
I was like 11 when that happened. That was like the first news event that I remember paying close attention to because it was Oklahoma City.
Right,
we had just
kind of close to home, yeah.
Just moved to Rio Rancho, actually. So, hearing that like right after we had left, it was crazy.
You're probably looking at landmarks in Oklahoma. I know that area.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, it's highly recommended. But it's through National Geographic, which I think it's on Hulu. I think if you look on Hulu, you'll find it there. But if not, Disney Plus. I know now it gets all convoluted because they all begat who, and now it's getting even worse with Warner Brothers or Netflix buying Warner Brothers. So
don't even get me started.
All right, 9:13. Let's get you, up to date on your weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. We have high pressure parked overhead, and that'll hang around for most of the week, so we're in pretty good shape. Mid-60s and sunshine today. Overnight looks clear, lows in the upper 20s to about 30, and then we get a little boost on the daytime highs on Tuesday. Lots of sun, and we'll be hitting the low 70s, right around 70 and sunny again on Wednesday and Thursday. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 39 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 50%. Winds are calm at the moment. For today, not too shabby. Sunny skies, a high of 64. Winds will be out of the south at around 5 miles per hour. Tonight, skies will be clear with an overnight low of 29 degrees with southwest winds at around 5 miles per hour. Tuesday, sunny, 70 are high tomorrow. Winds out of the southwest, 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tuesday night, clear, warm, overnight low of 42 with west winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Wednesday, sunny, 66 for a high, north winds at around 5 miles per hour. Clear Wednesday night with an overnight low of 37. And then Thursday looks like our warmest day of the week, sunny and 76 for a high. Friday, sunny and 66, and then sunny and 62 for Saturday, sunny and 60 on Sunday. All right, it is currently 15 minutes after 9 o'clock. We're going to take a quick commercial break. Then we're going to play our interview we had a couple weeks ago with the American Legion Post 61 family. Don't go away.
Ready, set, hurry on down to Tate Branch Roswell, where we finish first. Experience the Tate Branch difference here at Tate Branch Roswell, where business is done the Tate Branch way with honesty and integrity to deliver an exceptional customer experience. We have a huge selection of pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs that are priced to move and are backed with a lifetime powertrain warranty. It's all backed by friendly, hometown customer service that puts you first every time. So don't wait. Head on down to Tate Branch Roswell right here at 2000 West 2nd Street and drive home happy today. Tate Branch Roswell. Come experience the world-class experience you have been waiting for.
If you're missing a tooth or several teeth, a dental implant may be the ultimate solution. Implants look and feel so much like real teeth that you probably forget you have an implant. Maupin & Brown Dentistry is one of New Mexico's most experienced implant providers, with literally thousands of implant patients who are absolutely delighted with the results. Call Maupin & Brown today for an evaluation. You'll be surprised how affordable implants can be. Maupin & Brown, your choice for experienced, state-of-the-art dentistry.
Are you a closer who's tired of caps, limited leads, and begging for scraps? Pecos Valley Broadcasting, the dominant radio and live streaming force in Roswell, Artesia, and Carlsbad, is hiring one senior account executive in the Carlsbad-Artesia area who can handle current clients, sell ideas and promotions, and continue to build their list. You'll have the chance to promote ideas that actually move cars, sell furniture, and make people hungry, giving businesses the opportunity to be noticed with uncapped commissions. If you've got at least 2 to 3 years in outside sales or crushing radio, TV, or digital sales in southeastern New Mexico, send your resume now to hire me at pvbcradio.com. Apply today. Pecos Valley Broadcasting is an equal opportunity employer.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. There are 293 ways to make change for $1. Try all 293 on the guy who keeps borrowing money from you. Here's Mike Winters.
In studio this morning from our American Legion Post 61 family. Of course, Commander Lee's back with us, and also Auxiliary President Jen as well. Good morning.
Good morning.
Feliz Dia de Gracias.
There you go. Happy Buenos Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Yep.
Espanol's my second language. Little Bob Euchre there.
Nice.
Yeah, it just reminds me of that Home Improvement when I can't remember the name of the character, but he says, "Sí, habla español," and then Tim fires back in another line.
In studio this morning from our American Legion Post 61 family. Of course, Commander Lee's back with us, and also Auxiliary President Jen as well. Good morning.
Good morning.
Feliz Dia de Gracias.
There you go. Happy Buenos Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Yep.
Espanol's my second language. Little Bob Euchre there.
Nice.
Yeah, it just reminds me of that Home Improvement when I can't remember the name of the character, but he says, "Sí, habla español," and then Tim fires back in another line in Spanish, and he just looks blankly, and he says, "Sí, habla español."
Very good.
Only words in Spanish he knew.
Yeah.
Right. I know 4, but they're important 4. So.
Yeah.
But of course, 61's been pretty busy here lately with the Thanksgiving holiday. I know, thanks to some generous donors, able to get some turkeys out to some organizations and groups that are helping feed people this holiday.
So one of the turkeys got to Jocelyn yesterday.
Yes, Food Not Bombs procured a turkey. I think they're serving up today, as a matter of fact. I think if not today, then Sunday, I think. But yeah, I know they're doing a Thanksgiving thing today, and then they got
probably
their
Sunday because I think it was frozen solid. So.
Hey. Enough nuking and no, I'm just kidding.
No. A water bath might work.
Turkey, man, that's just black.
Although I hear tell there's like a crock pot trend for turkeys now.
Oh, is there?
Yeah, people crock potting turkeys. I don't know about it, but people swear by it. So.
I suppose that would free up your oven to cook other things, which would be nice.
Fryer for my turkeys. We haven't used it in a while, but I still have one.
As long as you don't burn the house down, it's pretty good stuff.
Yeah,
I'll take a fried turkey is the best anyway.
Oh yeah, that's to die for.
Yep,
fried turkey.
But that being said, we're thankful that folks were able to help us out in doing that, and of course, been some changes over at Memory Lawn the past week or 2
Yeah, we
as well.
finally got our storage container.
Yeah.
Yes, very exciting.
Which means our tractor will be right behind it.
Yes.
So that's the theory.
Yeah.
Yep.
We had a generous donation of railroad ties.
Yep.
And so we put those out there, and now we've purchased the
storage
container. It came out, the price tag came up a little higher than we had originally been quoted. So cost us about an extra $500. But anyway, it's out there. Now we got to paint it.
Yeah.
But
we're still trying to figure out how we want to paint it.
The shutdown really kind of hurt us a bit when it comes to the tractor.
Yeah.
Because we couldn't get on to Better Lakes to get the tractor.
Right.
And now they're opening up slowly. But once we can get out there and actually get the tractor.
By the way, throwing them a quick plug, this Saturday is their Cranes and Cocoa event. Because it was supposed to be a week or 2 ago, but because of the shutdown, it got shut down. But since the government's not shut down now it's back on this Saturday, 3 o'clock out at Bitter Lake Wildlife Refuge.
I'll have to let Miss Lizzie know. She loves that thing.
Yeah. So they'll have, and to be honest, the gentleman that does the talk, more than likely this is probably going to be his last. I think he's going to hang up his crane storytelling
Aw,
talk after
okay.
this. He's going to retire. So,
Oh.
so if you want a chance, if kind of a tradition for you, you get maybe possibly our last chance to have him as part of it as well. Too.
Okay.
So, like I said, we fell short of about $500 on the. Hopefully, we can save a little money on the refurb of the tractor to because we got a generous donation from a lady locally here. She gave us what was it, $6,000, and
$8,000, I think.
So $4,500 of that went to the storage container. So if the price tag on the refurb on the tractor comes to $1,500 or less, we'll be okay.
All right.
I had to buy a brand new flag for Memory Lawn. The one that's out there is starting to fray again.
That's about an every 3-month purchase. It
Yeah,
seems like.
well,
yeah.
I got a heavier duty option this time. The super polyester is supposed to last a little bit longer.
Hope so.
It cost me about $80 more than the other one, so I figure for $80 we'll give it a shot.
Yeah.
According to the Federal Flags people, that's where we purchase our flags, is through Federal Flags. They claim that you can get an extra month or two on this heavy duty flag. So if that being the case, if we can stretch out that flag purchase to every, say, 14 to 16 months,
yeah,
that'd be
it'll
nice.
save us a
Worth
little
the $80
bit
for
and
sure.
And I'm not afraid to throw out there to our sewing clubs and everything. If y'all can design a stitch or something that makes these flags more durable, we're all about listening to anything we could do to kind of extend the life, and that's just it. We southeast New Mexico wind and flags are just oil and water. They don't like
each
they
other
take
much.
a beating up there, and these flags are not cheap. We're talking like $1,000 for one of these flags,
right?
And if we're replacing them every couple months, that's a big budget cost.
It is.
So
If nothing else, if you guys are willing to help us fix the flags, because we can trim them up and
we
stitch
need
them
a little
again.
help putting them up. You need about 4 or 5 people to put up a new flag.
Yeah.
Because we can't have it touching the ground.
Interesting with the volunteers is we can't seem to get 4 or 5 at a time to get out there. But that's Memory Lawn coming up. Also on December 13th at Memory Lawn at 10 a.m., we need all the help we can get. We got fully funded on our Wreaths Across America.
We
this
made
year.
our goal, first time ever.
And we're very thankful to the
We
folks.
exceeded our goal, and
we got to carry over to next year.
Yeah, we're so
absolutely,
excited.
That's what happened.
Yeah. But we do have a bevy of wreaths that we're going to put out on December 13th. And it is so cool when families come out and do that. That is, it makes me so happy when I see like mom and dad and the kids are doing it together and they're going and they're brushing back some of the headstones and reading some of the names and seeing some of the history. To me, that is one of those coolest images, just sitting back and watching. And so December 13th, what time we start? About 9 usually?
Well, we'll be there about 9:30.
Yeah.
But the ceremony starts at 10, and then we'll lay wreaths immediately thereafter.
We would love to get as many people to come out. Obviously, more hands make less work on that one. But,
Very true.
But it is, to me, it's just a poignant moment, and it's a great time to express and show families and young people why we remember these folks and why we do it, and it does it in a way that's very intimate and personal. And so when you get these families and they're going up and they're putting that flag in the dirt or putting that wreath by the grave there, it's just really cool to see.
It is very
I
cool.
have been contacted by someone through the internet about Wreaths Across America. They asked if they could buy wreaths this year, and I said yes, with the caveat of when you order your wreaths this year, if you want them this year, you have to personalize them.
Yep.
If you go in and you buy each wreath at $17 and you say, I want to dedicate it to a specific person, then I do believe that those wreaths will get shipped to us.
And I believe the deadline for that's like here in a day or two.
Yes, yeah, it's really
Here in a few
soon.
days.
Like the 27th is.
Yeah,
like
it's this week, I believe,
Yeah.
at midnight. So if you're going to do it today. That's the only way to really
And it's
guarantee.
very easy. Just go to roswelllegion.org, and right there, and you'll see front and center is the link to the Wreath Across America. You click that and just follow the thing to personalize. And by the way, if you want to learn more about the organization, where the money goes, where it's coming from, how this all started, you can spend a lot of time there reading and learning more about Wreaths Across America. And
Right. Even if you give me the $17, it's passed through. We don't keep any of that $17. All of it goes to Wreaths Across
We're just the conduit to get it to them, and then they bring the wreaths to us, and we just distribute and disperse accordingly.
Right. Their mission, similar to ours, is to remember, honor, and teach. So that's why we've partnered with them, because their mission is similar to ours.
But if you click on the Memory Lawn link to Wreaths Across America, the money doesn't go through our accounts at all. It goes directly to Wreaths Across America.
And like Jim was saying, we love because they kind of work with veterans from the beginning, because these are veterans that are making the wreaths and then working with it's really kind of in many facets helping families on the back end with the money, but immediately helping veterans getting connected, getting back to normal, so to speak, through the wreaths and things like that. So it kind of works both ends of the angle here, which I like. So
very true.
But that's why it's so cool. So if you do want to contribute, and like I said, if you just want to generalize, it'll go towards next year, because like I said, we're covered for this year. It's a great problem to have. We've never had it before.
We've never had it before. That's awesome.
But like Lee had mentioned, please if you do want to do a personalized to get in for this year, then follow the instructions to the website. Then you can fill out in the blanks accordingly, and they'll have one ready here when we distribute on December 13th. So, but you got to get it done like today. So
yeah, soon. It's very soon. So we're winding down for the year. We just delivered a bunch of turkeys, like I think mentioned earlier. One of the turkeys went to Food Not Bombs, so I realized they're having their little skirmish with the city, but we're still trying to help them out as much as we can.
Well, today they're going to be over at Pocorn Park, the splash pad on East 2nd. If you know where that is, right near our Legionnaire.
Oh,
right, like literally right across the street from that area.
Okay.
That's where Food Not Bombs is going to be doing their Thanksgiving thing today. So you can come on out. And if you have warming things to donate, bring them with you. Like they're donating those to people in need, but they can always use extra sleeping bags, coats,
gloves, socks,
gloves, things. You look at the temps here, like. I think here Sunday night, Monday night, our overnight low is 25. So we're hitting that time, folks. We're getting below freeze, and I think freezing tonight is supposed to be like freezing. Tonight, overnight low of 31. So they can use these stuff.
So Family 61 put out a challenge to the community.
Yeah.
For the 250th year.
Next year.
Well, it's going on right now.
Yeah, right in the middle of it, I guess. Yeah.
If you want to participate in the 250, one of the things we're talking about is 250 canned goods. If you want to donate those, they're being collected at the Chamber of Commerce.
Yeah, you can bring them by the chamber. You can bring them by here.
Yeah.
Just tell them, hey, it's for American Legion Post 61, and we're in honor of 250. We're trying to get 250 cans to donate. So that's.
So if you get 250 cans or 250 boxes of pasta or things that are non-perishable.
Yeah. Things that can
we're
go.
We're just trying to collect as much as we can. If you don't want to drop foodstuffs off, $250 or. Even 250 pennies or whatever you want to do, as long as it looks like 250 or going towards the 250.
Yeah,
it helps us out. The American Legion is fully behind this 250 program this year. We started it in July, and we're going full speed ahead. So 250, just put that in your brain, and however you can contribute is wonderful.
Absolutely. And then, of course, I know if you go to, again, the roswelllegion.org, you can donate money through there. So if you want to donate cash, to get directly, maybe go through our website to do that. That way, you can earmark it 250 for 250.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure. Won't say no to that.
That would be great. But that way, it'll go directly. And then, of course, conversely, if you want to donate to Memory Lawn, you're like, oh, I hear you might need some more money for that tractor. like to donate some money and then earmark it directly, put tractor for memory lawn. I don't care, and we'll make sure it goes exactly to that.
Anything you put in the memo line is binding.
Yeah. Yep.
So if you send me a check and it says in the memo line it's for memory lawn, it has to go to memory lawn.
Same thing with scouts. We do with our scouting. If you say, hey, here's $100, but put it towards the scouting side.
Yes,
that's exactly what we will do. Thank you for your donation.
Absolutely.
But if you don't tell us, then we might buy turkeys with it. We might put memory lawn, whatever our immediate needs. That's where it'll go.
So, well, we generally buy something for the Roswell Refuge over this time of year, or
well, we got the winter holidays coming up too, so we'll be doing that next.
This all over again here in a couple weeks.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And so we want to, and so keep supporting through our 250 campaign. Through that way would be a great way to do that. And of course, if you're a veteran or veteran adjacent and would love to be a part of our family, we're always looking for more folks to come be a part of our community and come join us at our meetings and join us at our events and join us out at our volunteer events and things like that. Yeah. We would love to have.
December 4th is our last meeting for this year at 6 o'clock at the Chamber.
If that's your first one, that's a good one because we're going to have food with that
one.
So.
It's a
party.
Yeah. It's a potluck. There's going to be an honor ceremony for the scouts as well.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, they're getting a bunch of awards
combined.
Oh, good.
It'll be fun.
And then most of December we take off for the holidays, and most of January. A little programming note: since the first Thursday of the month in January falls on January 1, the meeting will be moved to January 8th.
Probably smart.
Yeah.
I don't think you're going to get a lot of turnout on New Year's Day.
No, I'm certainly not going to be there. And if I'm, the president.
And we are scheduled to have a Fort Chaplain ceremony
in February.
In February. I believe it's the 5th.
Something like that.
It's going to be during the day at
Roswell High.
Roswell High School. So we're being told that the students are being encouraged to attend in lieu of classes. So
I'm hoping we'll bring them out.
Something different.
It's an impressive story.
It is.
And of the four chaplains, and we'll get into depth as we get
I really wish they would make it a movie because it'd make an awesome movie.
Yeah, I think get Bruckheimer one of these guys on and make a movie.
I think they did make a
movie. They did?
out of
Okay.
it.
Well, I haven't seen it yet.
More of a documentary. I think if you go to the website for the Fort Chaplains, there's an official Fort Chaplains website. I believe there is links to there to the movie.
So. Okay.
Now you got to get a modern version and get whoever the latest actor is. I don't know.
The guy who did Castaway. Why am I not remembering his name?
Tom Hanks.
There you go.
Yeah.
The modern day Tom Hanks. You know. Yeah.
Maybe get. I'm trying to think who would be good. I know he's British, but Benedict Cumberbatch. I feel like he could play one of these. chaplains.
Probably.
He can put on an American accent. Half those British guys, I find out they're British and I get mad.
Yeah, the guy that plays House, that TV show House, Hugh Laurie. Oh yeah, very British.
Well,
Hugh Laurie.
Yeah,
Hugh Laurie. Yeah, if you ever watched back when Walking Dead was popular.
Oh yeah,
90% of that cast is British. And
really,
I'm
I didn't know
they're all
that.
Georgian accents, and then they interview them. It's like, well, for this part, I'm like, ew, you're Georgian, stop.
Well,
Carl, he's British. Like the guy that, the main dude, he's like, Carl. He's like, I'll tell you, chap, I got that. Like,
Jamie Bamber, for instance, for Battlestar Galactica, you played Apollo in the reboot.
Yeah.
Okay.
When he speaks in his normal British accent,
that
nobody
would
can
throw
understand him.
Yeah. But he must have it's impressive that they can change their accents so easily because I so can't.
Maybe that's a uniquely Americans. I don't know.
I wouldn't even know how to do an American accent.
British, or it sounds like a over the top bad.
Right.
It's like I'm some bad actor version of it.
Right.
No one's going to say, "Oh, that guy's British." You're just going, "Why is that guy doing a weird British accent?"
Exactly. Yeah. But they nail the American accent. I don't even know what makes it American.
Nail it, governor.
Yeah. I do find it fascinating.
Australian.
Yeah.
I do find it fascinating when I see people especially not so much but Indian or Asian people, when they go and do an American accent, to me blows me away when they flip it over and they just go from, their native tongue, and then they're like, how would you like some barbecue? And you're like, whoa, that doesn't sound right at all. But anyway, I get
Throw
that.
me some shrimp on the barbie.
Yeah.
But yeah, we have to get some Russell Crowe types in there or something to play some of the four chaplains.
I think that'd be
Edward
good.
James Olmos.
Of course, they all got to be young because they're
Not all of them, because some of them were a little older.
Yeah, but I imagine those guys were even probably in their 30s when they were.
Yeah, maybe. I think one of them was in their 40s. I think.
To me, they're all young now. So.
Well, yeah, that's okay. That's fair.
No, but anyway, yeah, I agree. They need to make that up because it's a touching story. It's such an amazing. Obviously, it doesn't end well as far as the ship goes down, and these four men made the ultimate sacrifice to save countless men on that ship. And
yeah,
so
they
that's
did.
That's what the inspirational side of this story is. But for those four guys, it's not a happy ending, which kind of makes it, hard for Hollywood
More
to spend.
tragic. Yeah. So back to the $250. If you want to donate anything of value that's $250 or above, then we do write a donation letter for you and helps you with your taxes.
Right.
Of course, this assumes that you itemize and that your standard deduction doesn't completely blow away your ability to do that. So I guess with the increase of the standard deduction, it's more difficult for an individual.
So if you were to just,
qualify
up
for
it to $2,500, that would work too.
There you go.
Well, there's a cap. There's a limit to what you can do.
Yes, but
Tap it up.
Rules for the cemetery are slightly different than for the post. The post runs on a C19, as does the auxiliary, and the cemetery runs on a C13.
Right.
So the rules for tax deductions are slightly different between them and the tax code. But long story short, if the donation is $250 in value or above, we'll write you a donation letter.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Very good. So help us out. We'd be happy to help you there. And of course, like you said, earmarking things. And by the way, we are in the process of building our new building and all that. So if you want to say, hey,
finally making
here's
progress.
a check for that, we'd be happy to on that.
Yeah.
So,
Sure. Well, we've had some donations for that already. But I will say that we're
it's a big project.
way in the hole on this.
Yeah, it's a big project.
But the good news
bite.
is, the news I got from Dawn is the city approved the drawings with the caveat of we had to include landscaping. So they had to go back to our contractor and say add landscaping, and they wanted more specificity on the height of the loading dock door, which was kind of a petty thing. But more or less, once those two items, and hopefully by the end of this week, get pushed through, then we should qualify for our funding. And once the funding, then we're hauling the mail.
Yeah, we'll see physical progress.
Nice.
We were informed that Job Corps has been funded through the state of New Mexico, so we may be able to get our demolition crews out there to take care of the rest of the building.
That would be
That'd be nice.
That's available. Yeah.
Pretty quick.
That would be great. We do appreciate the things that Job Corps does and the work they provide. So it's great that they're getting back in action again. So
Yeah.
Good stuff.
So life is good so far. I mean, we look forward to building a community center and helping out the community, doing some giving back.
It'll be nice. Hopefully this time next year, that's what we're doing. We'll be here and we got our new
Yeah, I'm
gig
hoping we can have holiday parties and do some bingo and, just have a grand old time.
Just welcome to the neighborhood situation thing.
Exactly.
And like you said, this place is a community space for that part of town too. It's it will be an opportunity where people in that community want to gather and have meetings and have events. That it'll be available for that. Like you said multiple times, we will have a kitchen, no bar, but we will have a kitchen. And
a little
things.
kitchen,
And so that we'll be able to offer, places when they want to have potluck dinners or Boy Scout blue and gold banquets and things like that stuff.
That'd be fun.
So this is not going to be a drinker's paradise.
No.
So.
But it'll be a great place for folks to gather and folks to do things. And obviously, we're going to have our day-to-day American Legion activities going on there and doing that and providing, our own headquarters for doing all the work we do. So
Right, and we will have, like he said, we'll have the building available for rent. So as soon as the building goes up, feel free to contact us.
And then, by the way, once all that's done, too, we'll also have an office space where if you need memory law business, you can walk up to it during business hours and handle it. That'll be nice, too.
That'll be really nice.
Rather than trying to track down and do all the things you currently have to do to get some work done out at memory lawn. And so it'll be nice when that's all.
I'm sure Don would appreciate not having all that stuff out at his place.
It'll free up some space at his house.
That's for sure.
Well, Don's got most of the posts packed up at his place.
He does.
There's some over at Robbie's and Vance's. And,
we're kind of scattered to the four winds right now.
Around, so it's like, we need XYZ.
We've been couch surfing for a year.
Oh, yeah.
Who's got it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been definitely couch surfing. And, of course, the Chamber's been kind of a place where we've been able to keep our meeting spaces for the time being.
Yeah, we're very grateful to the Chamber of Commerce.
I know we are all anxious to have our own place and our own home there, and we're ready to put our stank on it and do it.
I don't know about that.
Well, I mean, we thought this was going to be a quick 6-month deal, and now we're into year 2.
Well,
the floods kind of threw everybody in town for a loop. So.
Yeah, everything's a caveat. But that's construction. It always. Even in the best of times, it's delayed because of something. That's the nature of the beast. But.
Yeah, what you think is going to take 6 months usually takes at least 8.
Yeah, absolutely. But in the meantime, folks, please visit our website, roswelllegion.org. Please join us at our next meeting here. Like I said, it's our holiday meeting, but that'll be actually next Thursday, right? December 4th, I believe it is.
Yeah, December 4th.
And it's a great one to come to because there's really no business structure, so you're welcome to just come in, chat with us,
learn
get to
about
know
us, get to
ask questions.
Chit-chat a little bit.
Much less intimidating.
Do it over a meal. It'll be good.
Yeah.
And then of course, join us on December 13th.
Yep.
For we'll talk more about it, but figure about 9:30, 10 o'clock. Join us for our Reese Across America Distribution Day.
Dress warm because it's going to be cold.
Odds are it'll be Chile, and so bundle up. But the good news is we're probably done in an hour. It shouldn't take long. Especially if we get enough people out there.
That'd be nice.
But we have a bevy. Like every grave's going to get covered this year, and that's
every veteran's
grave. Yes, is going to get covered with a wreath this year, and that makes us.
That is so exciting. We've never hit our goal before. That is wonderful.
Too bad we can't get old our buddy with the drone back over here and start taking once the grease.
Maybe we'll ask him and see what he says.
He's still around.
Is he?
I talked to him yesterday.
Maybe maybe it'd be a good day to show up with a drone and see.
Yeah, it'd be nice.
Things, so.
You can't. No, I don't think you can. One of the rules for drones is you can't fly it over people. So he would have to come out and do it.
Well, maybe after
they left or something.
What about dead people? Is that
dead people seems to be okay. Yeah.
Saying once we leave, they can fly over the wreaths and everything.
Yes. Get some good pictures. That would be nice. We'll have to ask him.
How do they not fly over people? That's impossible. People everywhere.
Yeah,
well, it's interesting because I left your building one day and I got followed by a drone. I don't know what the hell that was all about.
Yeah, it was a little odd.
It's like I hear it and I look up and it followed me all the way over to the chamber.
Really?
And then once I got beyond the chamber, it flew away.
I wonder if it's someone's personal drone or...
Could be. I don't know.
Couldn't tell you.
Government entity doing something?
Well, it could be a government entity. Maybe it's patrolling the parking lot. I don't know, but...
yeah.
I just thought it was interesting. It's just you hear that high pitch,
humming buzz,
swarm of bees, and you look up and it's following
that
you.
would be
it's kind of creepy.
I don't know. I think it's probably better that it is actually a drone as opposed to like a swarm of hornets or something.
Yeah,
that would be bad.
Although the smart aleck in me would be like, I'm going to follow you. And I'll stand there and stare at it. And then when it leaves, I'll just start walking after it just to see what it does. That's just...
It was interesting. There was a story that came up in my feed about drones, and it was a Q&A about, can I legally shoot a drone down?
And the answer is no, usually.
The answer is no over city limits because what goes up must come down.
Yes.
So That's the general rule.
But if it's over your own property, can you?
No.
Outside the county.
Supposedly,
in the county,
unless
maybe.
you're in the county, and I'm sure Eastless will have
He may have something to say about that, too.
He may have something to say about that. Although I do notice that gunfire is not treated the same in this town as other towns that I've been in.
All I say is I was hunting birds and that drone got in the way. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I don't know where that came from.
Exactly.
No.
Oh, what happened?
I was hunting pigeons. I don't know what you're talking about.
Hey, being a bad shot's not illegal. I'm sorry. I meant to hit the bird.
Yes.
Oh, there was a drone there?
Right? Did you see the drone?
I was just doing some target practicing.
Oy, oy, oy.
Yeah, but anyway, yeah, that would be a little weird. But please, we do invite you to come be a part of our family. Come learn what we do. Come join us. Come to our next meeting, or certainly please join us on December 13th for Wreath Distribution Day, and if you're a veteran yourself, or a spouse of a veteran, or a son of a veteran, we have an opportunity through our American Legion Post 61 family.
Yep.
If you're a veteran that served honorably pretty much since Pearl Harbor,
pretty much, yeah,
you're eligible for service or in the American Legion.
And I feel compelled I should say something. I get a lot of phone calls asking for direct support, but a lot of the calls I get lately are not even from veterans. It's just somebody wanting a paycheck, and we just can't do that.
Yeah.
At most, we have a very small post. I have a very small budget. So unless somebody wants to step up and donate a bunch of money to go into a general fund, I have to be very judicious in what I distribute. And the majority of the time, the best I can do is about $25 on a gift card.
If you're hungry, we can get you a meal.
We can get you a meal.
Yeah.
That's about the best that I could do. I mean, we tried helping out people, and they took way advantage of it, of, hotel rooms. For instance, we had one guy ended up bilking us for, a whole week. And we can't afford to do that.
Yeah,
so, unfortunately.
We got to be careful with our donors' hard-earned money.
Yeah, and to be honest, we usually get when it gets to that level, where it's multiple veterans organizations usually.
Now we
us
can
and the other Legionnaires and
exactly
other VFW and so other groups in town.
We might be able to point you in the direction of getting some additional help, even if we can't help you. Yeah. So it doesn't hurt to ask. But
if you have children under 18 in the home and you're a member of the American Legion, there are programs that can help you. However, that being said, those funds are completely exhausted until January 1. Yep. So after January 1, we may be able to help with some of that. Well, no, I can't pay for your tow jobs. I cannot pay for, medical bills. I can't pay water bills.
There's a lot of need and not enough money to go around.
I can't do those things.
Yep,
I can help you with the essentials, keep you alive for the day, but I can't pay for just anything.
Supporting life, basically. Unfortunately, we're not equipped to do that.
Yep, not yet.
That being said, if you'd like to help us out and doing it, and like I said, the more money we get, the more we can do for folks. But
I had a $200 donation recently. We're trying to find a good outlet for it. It was earmarked for Ruidoso fire and flood victims.
Okay.
I actually contacted Carrie Moore, and she said the only people doing that kind of work right now, she gave me the number of a foundation. But personally, I would rather be a little closer to the action. So if there's someone in absolute need of that fundage, I'll probably check with Jocelyn and see.
Well, I know we're getting into colder weather, and some of our homeless organizations are going to need more help right now.
Well, I can't redirect the money to that, but what I can do is find someone who's still doing Ruidoso fire,
dealing with displacement
stuff.
Issues and things like that.
Right,
makes sense. We would definitely, but please reach out. RoswellLegion.org is our website. You can learn, and don't forget scholarships. We do have opportunities for scholarships.
I got
as
3
well.
scholarships to give away this calendar year, and I've got about a month to do it in. And the only people that we had, one we've successfully processed, And 2, we had to turn down because it didn't qualify.
Eligibility, yeah. And that's
eligibility is we have very few eligibility rules.
And so we can't bend on it because the people that do qualify, it's not fair for them to award it to someone that doesn't. So we have to, we don't have a lot of qualifications, but we have to be firm on the ones we do have.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, you need to have a military connection that qualifies under the American Legion guidelines.
Yeah.
That means grandparents, parents, siblings, children, that sort of thing. As long as we can qualify you under the American Legion guideline of what we call veteran adjacent, then you're eligible.
Absolutely.
And then the other ones are on a sliding scale, such as grade point average and
STEM related.
But you have to be STEM related or first responder, nursing.
But STEM is very, very broad.
Well,
yes, it is.
And it includes trade schools, too, not just colleges.
Anything that's math, engineering, science, which anything from, like you said, welding to trade school stuff.
HVAC, all that.
To scientists but they said, then we had the first responder, so anything in law enforcement, EMS, nursing, all of that qualifies.
I had to turn down one. I wanted a history degree. Sorry, it doesn't.
You picked the one thing that has
quite happened.
Yeah, unfortunately.
And unless you're going after your teaching certificate in history.
I'm about to say a history degree ain't getting you very far unless you're going for a very niche career field. But otherwise, you know a lot of history and you're still broke.
Underwater basket weaving. But,
that's the unfortunate truth on that.
Yeah,
and I know
we don't do gender studies or things like that.
I know we're running out of time, so I just wanted to make sure and thank Pioneer Bank again for their contributions to our Veterans Parade.
They are awesome.
And I wanted to thank everybody who came out and supported us because that was wonderful.
And if anybody still wants to sponsor us, you can do it year round.
Absolutely.
It's on the website.
We do it every year, the parade.
On the right-hand side. The big one is the parade, but we have other things.
Unless they get mad at us and kick us off, which that may happen.
But we have other activities that we do throughout the year. So
absolutely.
If you can help us out, like I say, $250 and above, there you go.
Well, and like you said, every dollar goes back to our thing, and like you said, and when it comes to helping people, literally it goes into our pocket right to that next thing. You know, we get X amount of money, we buy the turkeys, we give out the turkeys. We get X
well, like I said, I got a $200 donation. I can't redirect it.
Yeah,
it has to go to what's in the memo line.
Exactly.
So that's what we do. We are the more you can help us, the more we can do to help other people.
Right.
Stuff. So RoswellLegion.org is the website. And then please join us December 4th, next Thursday, 6 p.m. at the Roswell Chamber.
We got food.
For our next Legion meeting, for our final one of 2025 here. And then December 13th at Memory Lawn, about 10 a.m. That's going to be our Wreaths Across America distribution morning.
If you need immediate contact, 575-268-0220. Now that takes voicemail, and text. So,
and then those 250 cans, whatever that, reach out, Chamber of
Commerce,
Radio, RoswellLegion.org, and we'll get you where we need to get you.
Absolutely.
Good deal. Well, thank you guys.
Thank you, Mike. Appreciate it.
And y'all have an amazing Thanksgiving holiday
too.
as well.
Safe travels.
Yeah, I'll be beating cheeks here in about 2 minutes.
Beating cheeks.
Beat cheeks out of town. So so I will be doing that, and of course, everyone else out there too. Stay safe. Stay dry. Stay warm. Whatever we got coming, it kind of gets cool 1 minute, the next, and enjoy family. Don't forget what Thanksgiving's about. I know we're going to spend a lot of time with family and stuff over the next couple of days.
Don't argue over politics. Talk about fun memories and plan some new ones.
Yeah, it's just put that stuff aside, and because you're going to regret it later. You always do. Hindsight's 20/20. I know it feels good in the moment, but next day you feel like an idiot. So just let it go. And just enjoy each other as best you can. Enjoy if you have nothing else to say, that's why God made turkey. Throw a piece of turkey in your mouth and just all right.
Yep.
Good deal. Well, thank you, everyone. Thank you, guys. Have an amazing Thanksgiving. We'll see you all next time. That's
the North Ritchie area into voting districts. This will allow residents who live in those areas to vote in and run in local municipal elections. And the council also amended its election resolution The change means that another seat from District 4 will be voted on in the upcoming races. That means 2 council seats from District 4 will be voted on, in addition to 1 seat from the other 3 districts and the mayoral seat. You're up to date. I'm Jared Cirillo.
Weather this hour brought to you by Southwest Bearing under new ownership. Custom solutions for your heavy equipment. Hydraulic hoses, hose repair, bearings, seals, sprockets, belts, tools, fluids, and fittings.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. We have high pressure parked overhead, and that'll hang around for most of the week, so we're in pretty good shape. Mid-60s and sunshine today. Overnight looks clear, lows in the upper 20s to about 30, and then we get a little boost on the daytime highs on Tuesday. Lots of sun, and we'll be hitting the low 70s, right around 70, and sunny again on Wednesday and Thursday. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
I'm Rich Thomason. Federal Reserve policymakers meet at midweek. They face a big challenge of fighting inflation while not sending the economy into a tailspin, triggering a recession. It's widely believed there will be a quarter-point cut in the Fed's benchmark interest rate this week. Among the biggest stock movers pre-market, a trio of companies that are moving up to trade on the S&P 500, including Carvana, CRH, and Comfort Systems USA. Auto retailer Carvana climbed nearly 9%. Building materials company CRH jumped 7%. And construction contractor Comfort Systems USA rose 1.4%. Berkshire Hathaway lost less than 1% after the Warren Buffett-led conglomerate announced its investment manager and Geico CEO Todd Combs is leaving the company. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Rich Thomason.
In a medical emergency, every second counts. Artesia General Hospital's emergency department is open 24/7, staffed with highly trained professionals ready to provide life-saving care when you need it most. Don't wait. When minutes matter, trust Artesia General Hospital. Quality emergency care close to home. Learn more at artesiageneral.com.
If you're looking for the best deal on your next vehicle, look no further. The Roswell Hyundai Used Car Supercenter. With a huge selection of vehicles to choose from, nearly every make and model, you're sure to find the vehicle that fits your needs and budget. Whether you're in the market for a large truck, a high-end luxury vehicle, or an affordable car for first-time buyers, the Roswell Hyundai Used Car Supercenter has something for everyone. The #1 used car supercenter in Southeast New Mexico 2 years in a row. Roswell Hyundai, the fun place to buy a car. 1909 West 2nd.
Clyde Lewis and Ground Zero is now in Roswell on 106.5 FM, KEND Roswell.
And good morning. We are closing in on 10 o'clock. Town Hall News is coming up here in just a few seconds. If you missed out on any part of the show, you can always go back at your leisure. Just log on to ksvptv.com, click on the Mornings with Mike Winter's channel, and you'll find all of our videos there. And, of course, after the show, Jocelyn will separate those videos from the main show, so you can go back and just watch the one interview you're into instead of having to watch the whole show. So, but it's up there now, ksvptv.com, in the Mornings with Mike Winter's channel. All right, that's going to do it for us for today. Thank you so much for allowing us to be a part of your day. We greatly appreciate that. Hope your day is wonderful. Enjoy the weather. We will be back bright and early, 7 a.m. tomorrow. You're listening to 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM, KEN.